Welcome to the Academy. Please take your seats.
Oh, hi everyone, and welcome to this, the Bear Queen. If you could let us know whether you can hear us all in the near future, that'd be great, because I'm nervous about it. I've done something different with my sound settings, to keep the green room sparkly and live and stuff and nice. So, let me know how the sound levels are. Much appreciated. I'm going to post all of the links in the chat now. There's going to be a wall of text, including all of our social links, all of our places you can support us, all of our sponsors information, panel information, everything. Please take the time to check those out. They'll also come up in timers throughout the stream. Those are the best ways you can support us, so please do check them out if you're enjoying the show. Thank you very much to Bird and the Storm Publishing and Mage Hand Press for making this possible. They are our sponsors today. Let's go around and say hello. Tallinier, it's your first time DMing. How do you feel? It's going to be amazing. I know it. I know it. It's written. It is known. It is known. So let's go around and say hello to everyone. Let's go round clockwise and find out who we are and who we're playing today. Let's go first to Kentucky Hawkeye. Oh, hi. Oh, hang on. Word on the street is that they can't hear us. That's strange, because my readout is telling me that you can hear us. Could you hear Kentucky Hawkeye, guys? No, they can only hear me. That's a shame. Can you hear the music? Can you hear the music? That's a question. How about Yeah, I mean, we can do that, but I mean, it's not going to be ideal. It's strange because there is a second desktop audio showing, and it looks like it's doing it sounds like it's coming through your speakers or something. Okay, so let's try switching this up. We're going to just go in, and we're just going to change this to that. Okay, everyone, try now. Oh no, that's also not working. Where's my settings thing? Okay, let's try. Getting music and people. Right, so I need to change Zoom over to that as well. Okay, so mission failed. We tried to do something different and cool so I wouldn't have to change tabs and stuff, but it didn't work. Try speaking now, it should be fine.
Once more, with feeling.
Hello. No, the people are
Hang on. Should be good.
Can hear, but like at 1% volume.
That's because I am actually
Super quiet.
a technology ghost.
That could just be my open cans. So yeah, okay, we've got people.
We're
Hey.
there.
So let's go around again. We'll
Alright,
start
you
over.
both.
Tallinier, it's your first time
Once more,
DMing.
with
How'd you
feeling.
feel?
Yes, I have a small sense of deja vu, but I'm excited to be here, Scrat. It's going to be a great day.
Fantastic, thank you. Next around, we have Kentucky Hawkeye. Oh, hi.
Greetings, Scratticus. I will be playing a Goliath bard by the name of Vin Blastine. Yes, he talks exactly like Maxwell Smart. Sorry about that, Chief.
Fantastic. Next around, we have Anikster.
Oh, hi, I am Anikster. I will be playing Binnis, the Dragonborn Paladin who likes to smite things and eat stuff.
Also, I think the only paladin in the group, right? Because when we go round to Smallish Sam... Oh, hi.
Oh, hi. I will be playing Barry Arthur Remington Davis, a halfling bard who knows all the things.
That's 2 bards, but you can scratch that up to 3 bards, as I'll be playing Bartleby. Oh, I've got Bert Steinbach on the screen, but that's because I'm useless. I'm actually playing Bartleby, who is a tiefling bard of the sword. Well, without much further ado, Rachel, we hand over to you. Take us on a magical adventure.
Let's go on a journey, guys. I hope you're ready. Okay. So, the party have been drawn to an area known as Briarmoor, a windswept and inhospitable region of the Sword Coast, some days' travel from the nearest large town or city. They huddle inside an old tavern as the wind creaks the timber frame of the building, listening to the ancient innkeep tell a tale of the derelict castle that overlooks the farming village from the nearby tor. It is said that until recently, the castle was inhabited by a vampire, although this is more local legend than proven truth. However, no lights nor evidence of any habitation have been seen for months now, and adventurers have started to trickle in dribs and drabs to the village to see what treasures the vampire may have hoarded in the ancient castle. This has piqued the interest of this party, and it is why they have come to Briarmore. Now, we fast forward a little bit to the next day, and the four of you are standing outside this impressive fortress, built into the outcroppings of rock that jut starkly out from the moorland and reaching towards the skies. The rocks give way to a chasm partway through the building's foundations, and even from here, outside you can see from the castle silhouette that a stone bridge divides the two halves of the fortress. Before you is a yawning front door, a vast archway of lichen-mottled stone housing a pair of heavy-looking hardwood doors that have somewhat collapsed in on each other. There is ample room for an adventurer to squeeze through the gap they have left, though a larger beast would struggle. And I hand over to you guys.
By larger beast, does it look like a Goliath would have a trouble?
A Goliath would just about manage with a squeeze. They might have to take off any large weapons and kind of pull them through Indiana Jones style once they're through.
All right.
Well, it's a good thing I don't carry anything bigger than a long sword then.
Likewise. Shall we go in?
I suppose we should.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
I am greatly looking forward to it.
Welcome to the academy. Please take your seat.
I'll lead the way, I guess. I'll walk up to those fabulous-looking doors and squeeze my moderately tall dragon form through.
Okay, yeah, you managed to squeeze through without too much difficulty. All of you will. It's nothing difficult enough to warrant a check or anything. And as you kind of pull your way through into the chamber beyond, you find yourself in this enormous and exquisite entrance hallway. It has this beautifully tiled floor, though most of the tiles have now been cracked or shattered in various places. And it has these very high arched Gothic windows that would be far beyond reach of any one of you on the upper levels of this hallway. On the opposite side of this room, there is a long curved staircase which leads to some form of upper level with what was once quite a rich looking kind of wine red carpet that's now very faded and stained and torn. And the other thing that stands out to all of you as soon as you enter this room is an enormous, almost entirely rotted corpse in the center of this room. It looks almost more like a mound of dark grey flesh and greyish fur than anything else. From here, it's quite hard to identify it, but it's enormous and it's just kind of laying out in the very center of this room.
That's pretty gross. Barry, you know things. What is it?
I don't know.
You can roll
I
a
really-
deck if you want to try and find out what it is.
Oh no. I don't know if I want to roll a nature check. It's about right.
Hang on. Okay. So, thankfully, it's not too hard to work out what this is. As you get a bit closer, and this thing is definitely long dead and hasn't moved for a long time, as there is dust and detritus kind of piled up against it. You can tell it's the corpse of some sort of enormous, monstrous bear.
Just run, sprint back to the party. It's like it's a bear. It's a bear.
Is it dead? Is it undead? Is it alive? Did you check?
There's dust on it.
Anyone can roll an investigation check on
I'll
the
go up and take a closer look.
all the rest of the room.
thing.
I'll put an arm around Barry and just go, there, you're okay.
Okay, so this thing clearly hasn't moved. Probably since it died. You're not getting any kind of undead vibe off of it. It's just left here to rot, basically. But as you're kind of looking around it, is it Vin? Vin Blastime?
Vin Blastime.
Vin Blastime. You will find kind of a scattering of items that just seem to have been abandoned. There is what seems to be 10 stakes. Just some of them are broken. Probably about 5 of them are actually still whole, although they're a bit soft and spongy and rotten. A couple of smashed vials and whatever was inside is clearly dried up a long time ago. And also a pouch containing 20 gold pieces.
I'll take the gold. I'll first take the pouch and kind of slide it into a pocket and gather up the stakes that are left and say, "Would you believe, Chief, this is practically, completely, totally, and completely dead. I don't see anything undead. The thing hasn't. I don't think this thing has moved since any of us were born."
It would seem it has met a grisly end.
One would say that. And there's a whole bunch of these wooden stakes there. I found 5 that are still useful. The others are kind of shot.
Who would use stakes on a bear?
It must have been a police. It was a stakeout.
Think it was a stakeout?
Yeah.
I can't give mine as inspiration, can I?
Thank you.
But I don't know exactly what kind of wood this is, but I guess they thought the old stake through the heart thing may work for bears that were vampiric as well. I don't know.
Anyone who's not focusing on the corpse in the middle of the room, if you could make a perception check for me.
Oh yes, my
perception check.
strong point.
Ooh.
I am perceptive.
7. I know nothing. I'm still gently petting Barry. There.
He needs all the comfort.
Is Barry percepting or just being petted?
It's just being patted.
Okay.
by
Well,
a 6'5" dragonborn.
thankfully, Bartleby seems to have his senses pretty keen right now. Because as you're kind of surveying the rest of this room, you will also notice that on the other side of the room, with where the staircase resides, you can see that a lot of rubble has piled up on the actual steps, and it's almost as if it's fairly impossible. It's quite difficult to see kind of where the way forward is. There's also a series of doors along the outside, around the edges of this large room. But again, there is rubble piled up all around, save for 2 doors either side of this kind of double staircase, which seem to be clear. Aside for this, you also notice near to the blocked staircase what looks to be you catch like a glimmer of light as you see what looks to be a shimmering table, like a very daintily made beautifully crafted little end table, and upon this sits what looks like a little hanging bell with a little hammer, which both look to also have been crafted from silver. And the last thing you notice, sorry about the information dump, is between the 2 staircases, which both lead up to they would lead up to the landing if not for the rubble, you can see what looks like a very large mural. However, it's been quite damaged by time and by the general degradation of the fortress. So from here, it's quite hard to see what it's actually depicting.
Okay. Mural up the stairs obscured by rubble. Rubble all around. Doors all around except for 2. Table with a bell and a
hammer. So the kind of bell that you would ding with a little hammer, yeah.
Right, got you. Okay. But nothing more relating to the bear as such? No clues as to where it might have come in or out, or
Not really.
No other footprints in the dust other than the ones that we're creating?
Other ones that you're making, yeah, you can see that the dust has been disturbed, perhaps quite a few times. But then at the same time, you were told that other adventurers have kind of come to the fortress to kind of have a look for the rumored riches that might preside here. So it could have been any entity. It wasn't necessarily whatever the bear in.
Thank you very much to Bakura Zarafa, got it, who donates a D6 for everyone.
Aww.
Including you, Rachel.
Oh, wonderful.
Oh.
I remember that.
You can add this D6 to any roll at any time.
So there's 2 doors that look like they could be still interesting.
Yeah, 2 doors that you could pass through. Silver table with a silver bell, and a large painting that you can't quite make out the contents of from here.
Does anyone else want to ring the bell?
Really badly. I'm so tempted.
I'm so happy you're all bards.
I'm not so sure that's a good idea.
Apart from you.
I'd like, can I ring the bell with my longsword? That'll work.
I feel like you should lift me up and then I'll ring the bell.
Oh, that works. I'm shocked and surprised that you're volunteering for this, but yeah, I'll hoist.
I'm trying out this new thing called bravery.
I'm impressed, little one. Apparently, I'm hoisting Barry towards the bell.
Okay, so that doesn't really require that much hoisting. It's almost more like you're picking up a kid so they could see over a table they could already kind of see over.
That works.
Yeah, and are you using the little silver hammer to ring the bell or something else?
The silver hammer. What else would I use?
So it's this really cute little silver hammer. It's about this big with the kind of thick. It looks like a miniature, like mallet almost. And you pick it up, nothing happens. It's quite cool in your hand. It doesn't seem to be cursed or anything, so that's good. And as you ring the bell, you don't hear the chime you're expecting to hear. In fact, there is no sound at all as you tap the bell with the hammer. Instead, there's a couple of moments of silence before you start to hear a very smooth female voice, which seems to emanate from the bell at the same time as it seems to arrive from all around you. And the voice continues. Dear adventurers who wander blithely into mine home, welcome to my halls for the short time you spend here. I will not hurt you. I will not interfere with your wishes, nor do I wish any ill will of any kind. I have only a petition to make of you. There is a great beast that roams these halls, cursed to wander and destroy. If you can slay this beast, any and all of my treasures are yours. Of course, I am aware that said treasure may be the only reason you are here, in which case, go ahead with your plunder and ignore my pleas. Either way, you will come across the beast during your search, of that much, I am sure. Good hunting to you all.
Can I ring the bell again and then go ding as I ring?
Every time you hit it, you'll get the message starts to essentially replay.
Oh no! Put me down! Put me down!
No, I'm gonna take you away from the bell. This is enough. This is quite enough.
I'm holding.
Yeah, that's fine. We have a beast to hunt.
Is it just me, or have we hit a gold mine here? Because
Looks
there
like
is a
we got a
beast
new friend.
already dead on the floor.
That's what I was wondering myself. Is this the beast that we're worried about, or is this the result of something meeting the beast?
Oh, I hope there's something bigger around.
Side eyes, Binnis.
Would you believe I'm almost not surprised that you said that?
So it was a really fancy end table, right? Really finely crafted. Was it made of wood or something?
No, both the table, the bell, and the hammer were all made what appeared to be of silver.
Okay. Can
Silver is
I take
silver.
the table and just stuff it in my bag because it's silver and pretty?
I'm under the impression that as a big dragonborn, you've probably got a pretty big bag. You could probably find a way to cram it in there somehow.
Otherwise, I'll just put Barry on my back and make Barry hold it.
I mean, it could make a good shield.
Yeah, that would be good. I'm taking the table. I'll add it to my inventory.
You have a silver table.
There might be small. Okay, no, this is fine. Well, let's get to hunting the loot then, shall we? I want to check out this
No.
mural as well.
Okay, so as you approach the mural, I'd like to roll investigation for me.
I am renowned in my country for being awful at investigation.
I'm sure none of you took intelligence as a dump stat. Actually, that's not bad. Okay,
Believe it
so
or not, I just rolled really, really well. That is literally my dump stat.
So what's wrong with intelligence as a dump stat?
So as you kind of you ponder this mural, and maybe it was from the college where you trained as a bard, you perhaps have a better eye for art than perhaps your intelligence dump stat might make people think, because you can work out through the grime what looks to be a portrait of two women of about equal height. One of them has very rich dark skin and what looks to be silvery white hair, and she is standing next to another woman with fairer skin and what looks like curly chestnut colored hair, and they're both just smiling in that very neutral way that portraits tend to be, and they're just standing next to each other in this portrait, kind of gazing out at you.
Do the eyes move?
No, just seems to be a normal painting. I mean, unless, psychologically when you walk past paintings in a gallery, you think their eyes follow you, so maybe they do in your mind.
Okay.
Here are my
Doesn't seem
thoughts.
interesting. Can I go to one of the doors?
Yeah, you can go towards one of the doors.
Is it like opposite each other, the end of the hallway, or?
So if you imagine you're looking towards the end of the room, you have the bottom of two staircases, which are impassable by rubble. And then on either side of those, you've got one door. So they're essentially, I guess, on the same wall.
Okay.
Shall you take the one on the left and I take the one on the right? Or shall I take the one on the right and you take the one on the left?
Ooh, I am partial to going left.
Meanwhile, Bartleby is sitting there sizing up whether it's worth removing the mural from the wall.
I mean,
Hey,
it has
I
sustained a
have
lot
a
of
very
damage.
end of the table. Everything's fine.
Thank you very much, Watch It 3D Print, for the raid! Welcome, raiders! Oh, hi!
Oh lord.
Welcome.
So, is the door locked?
So you go towards the left door. You try the handle, it doesn't appear to be locked.
I do what investigation I can on the other door to see if it's locked, trapped, all that jazz.
Okay, roll investigation for me. Oh, damn.
Ooh, nice.
Okay,
That's
so
20.
from your first investigation of this door, it doesn't appear to be locked. But as you I assume would you try and it doesn't appear to be trapped either, but as you try and push it forwards, you meet resistance as if something is blocking it on the other side.
Okay.
Can I shove harder?
Oh, your door is opening fine.
Oh, sorry, I
Mine-
lost contact for a second.
That's okay.
Mine seems to be barricaded down here. Do we want to push it through, or how much luck are you having with your door, Chief?
Mine opened. I'm going in.
Right,
Okay.
Because I helped.
We'll ignore mine for now
You
then.
helped. Yep, you did. This will be the point where I'm taking out my shield, though.
Okay, so you hold your shield in front of you as you enter through into this room. I'd like you to roll a actually, what's your passive perception?
14.
14. Okay. So you make your way into this room, and it's very dark. It's almost as if the light has this milky quality to it. But you make out that this looks to be a kitchen of some sort. There's pots and like very old copper pots and pans kind of strewn about. There's actually ivy that seems to have burst in through a very small window and is starting to coat one side of the room. And I would now like you to make an investigation check, please.
Oh, goody.
Do you want me to make an investigation check as well?
Yes, if you're following in behind.
Yeah. Am I no longer attached to her?
That's a good
She
point.
doesn't have much of a choice.
Also, what's your passive perception as well, Barry?
Mine's very high. It's a solid 10.
Nice. Okay, so if you could roll investigation as well.
I keep rolling 3s today.
Oh no.
It's very in character.
However, with a 13, Barry, you... Maybe it's because you're kind of on the shoulders of a dragonborn that's already very tall. But as Binnis starts to walk through this kitchen, you duck just in time to avoid your face going straight into this large, dangling, very, very dusty cobweb.
Oh no! There's a cobweb up here. Oh no, I don't like spiders.
And as you avoid it and you're looking around, there are a lot of cobwebs in this kitchen. But you also notice, maybe because you're suddenly on alert for spiders, you also notice another little silver bell on the other side of the room on a counter, complete with another tiny silver hammer.
Oh, look do you see that bell over there? Can we go ring it, please?
Point me to the bell.
That way.
All right, onward.
Okay. As you're heading towards the bell, I would like Binnis to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Great. Oh, not another 3, thank God.
Ooh, that's pretty good. Okay, so as you're heading towards this bell, all of a sudden you hear a sound from behind you, a bit like a, and a massive glob of milky white material smacks into the counter, a few inches from I guess, would your hips be at counter level? I'm trying to picture how tall you are in this scenario.
Yeah, no, my hips would actually be a bit above counter level. I'm nearing 7 feet.
Okay, you're pretty big. Okay, so yeah, the counter right next to you is suddenly encased in this sticky, silky, oozy material, and I would like you both to roll initiative.
Yay!
No!
No worries,
You don't get a choice,
we
Sam,
put
do
this together. I rolled a 1.
Oh man, I'm so proud of you.
The dice absolutely hate me tonight. We're all gonna die.
Is that everyone rolling initiative or just
well,
Barry
you're not
and
in
Binnis?
there yet, so if you're still musing over the painting, and if
I was coming from my door down to theirs, but I probably am not down there yet because I was trying it to see if it would go. So
cool, so you guys will join in next
the
round.
bell.
yeah, no problem.
Barry wanted the bell. I am going to that bell. I have no idea if something else is happening whatsoever.
All right, so we have a 3 from Binnis. Oh, is that 13 from Barry? Let's roll some initiative for these guys.
Ooh, plural, wonderful.
Plural.
Well, they all rolled pretty well, didn't they?
Good news, everyone.
Good news, everyone. All right. So they get the first move. So as you turn to see where this came from, you immediately see what seems to be the shadows under the counters and in the corners of the room shifting before they sprout long, delicate legs and crawl out. And you suddenly see 3 dog-sized spiders crawling out to face you with this similar milky substance kind of dripping from the fangs there. And the first one is going to attempt to hit Binnis again with the web attack. Does a 12 beat your AC?
No.
Cool. So perhaps because you got the shield up, part of the web gets over the shield, but you manage to glance the rest off and away from you. The second spider is going to dash over and attempt to sink its fangs into you. And unfortunately, you're the biggest target, and the little halfling is still kind of on your shoulders, so...
Yeah, no, that's fine. I will take all the pain so my little halfling friend stays safe.
Does a 14 hit you?
Nope.
No! Wow, this paladin's got some great defense. So these fangs just seem to glance off of your armor, and there's almost like this frustrated and hunger deranged scrabbling as it tries to find a purchase. But
I just sort of go, I thought the beast would be bigger.
it is now your turn.
Ooh. Wouldn't it be Barry's turn?
Oh, sorry, Barry's turn. That's what I mean. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I'm very much last.
Similar names. All right.
So I'm going to go. Nobody likes spiders. Go away and cast vicious mockery.
Okay. Do a nice little roll for. Is it a saving throw?
It's a wisdom save.
Wisdom
I put
save.
it up in.
Okay, which one are you casting it at, or is it a? It's not an
Oh,
AoE,
it's not one. The first one.
Okay, so the first one, which tried to shoot the web. Oh man, it rolled an 18.
Oh, no.
It doesn't
Yes.
really seem to understand what you're saying, and it doesn't get it.
Hey Rachel, we hit 10 retweets. If you want to throw a potion at someone, you can.
Yes, let's throw a potion at someone. All right, let's do that right now. So I'm gonna roll to see who it is. It can only be one of you, so I'm just gonna roll d20, and odds it's Sam, evens it's Anixter. Okay, Venus. Just as you got out of the way of this cobweb that came out of nowhere, you notice what seems to be an unbroken vial of liquid on the counter nearby to the silver bell. Actually, it's within reach if you would like to grab it.
I would love to grab it.
Okay. I believe it's a D100 roll for the contents of the potion.
I have no idea. Scrap?
Yeah. Sorry, I was nodding away. Yep.
Oh, sorry.
I realised my gentle nod might not be the most visual thing. Just...
You do a lot of this.
Excuse me.
All right. Is there another spider before me? Considering I have
No,
a three.
I'll let you just do this now as a free action. Just
Great, because
down
I
it.
will eat absolutely anything, and this looks incredibly interesting. So I am downing this.
All right, D100 then.
Yes, indeed. And is anyone else? Has anyone else, just from Sam typing in chat about Silver Hammer, got Maxwell's Silver Hammer by the Beatles stuck in their head? Because I have. So the contents of this bottle were red, blue, and yellow layered, sort of, I guess, like an Irish coffee, but red, blue, and yellow. It tastes like spinach, and
Ugh.
has two effects. One of which has no relevance now, and the other is that you've gone deaf.
Deaf.
Yes,
Oh.
deafness. Yeah.
Alright.
If you'd like, Rachel, I
So
can
maybe
whisper.
not a good
I'll
one.
whisper the other thing to you, Rachel, so you can proc that.
That's gonna
Yeah,
make
why
things
not? I
interesting.
might weave it in. All right, so
I'm bards and I'm deaf. This might be a boon.
the final spider is going to take its turn now, and this one is also going to attempt the web attack. This time on Barry, who made a lot of noise, and it's not all too cool about that. Does a 17 hit you, Barry? Barry.
Yes.
He's not.
Oh,
He's not
I'm nodding,
injured,
yeah.
so-
Oh, I'm sorry, I kind of wasted the nod. Okay, so you dodged the first lot of cobwebs, Venus, but all of a sudden there is another one of those, and this glob of sticky material shoots across the room, and there's a moment of relief as you're like, oh, it didn't hit me, and then you feel an absence of weight on your shoulders as as Barry has been thrown by the impact of this this cobweb not too far, and is now stuck to some kind of counter shelves behind you, just kind of caught in this kind of cobweb stuck to the wall.
I would like to think there was a nice, like, Wilhelm scream. As,
Most likely. All right, it is now Venus's turn.
Oh, great. So there's one in front of me to try to bite me, right?
Yeah, there's one that's basically like chewing on your sabatons, probably, and two which have kept closer to the door, which are kind of spitting webs at
And
you.
they're not coincidentally in a nice line.
No, they're quite close to each other though, so.
Nah, I'm just gonna take out the long sword and start hacking at the one in front of me.
All right, make a weapon attack for me.
These dice hit me.
It doesn't matter because that is a hit.
Oh, that is good.
So you cleave down with your greatsword, and if you could roll some damage for me.
I think I can. That'll be 14 damage.
Ooh, wow, that's a lot of damage. All right, you cleave through the spider, and in fact, you take off 2 of its legs as you're going, and there's kind of like this sound of this weird.
I can't hear it.
No, you can't because you're deaf, so it means nothing.
Can
to
we?
you.
Everything's very quiet right
Can
now.
we outside
So
the
if
hallway?
you outside can hear a kerfuffle. You probably hear a Wilhelm scream and then some horrific insectoid shriek. Well, not insectoid, sorry, that was inaccurate. An arthropod scream.
Thank you.
All
I
right.
will be going, ha ha.
I grab my loot and start running to the door.
Excellent. And it is now that yourself and also Bartleby, if you wish to join the fray, if you could roll initiative, please.
Indeed. I should probably make it clear going in that Bartleby wears no armor. Instead, they wear a nicely tailored suit.
Lovely.
Uh-oh.
Ah,
But I am ready for a fight.
lovely.
Totally ready.
Okay.
You may
20.
not be armored, but you're totally prepared and primed and proper for this fight.
All right,
Exactly.
so Bartleby, you rocket around the corner to see the back ends of 2 dog-sized spiders facing down your good friend Binis, who is brandishing a greatsword, which is just dripping with this bluish-purple spider blood. And behind Binis, you can see Barry just faintly struggling, stuck to some shelves.
Ah.
You like to do.
I would raise my longsword in a fencing salute to the spider and advance. One arm behind my back.
Okay, so you're going
On
for
guard!
you're going for one of the spiders that's kind of near you, right?
Indeed I am.
Okay, so make a attack roll for that one, please.
14?
Ooh, 14. Now, remind me, and I'm pretty sure if you meet its armor class, you pass.
Yeah, meets beats.
All right, so yes, you managed to get past the flailing legs and get in a hit. Could you please roll damage?
Indeed, I will roll some damage, and I'll have something else to do as well.
Ooh,
As I do 13 damage to the beast. Is
Beautiful.
there any one of them or 2?
there are 2 in front of you. Yes.
Yeah, so regardless of how this thing looks, I'm going to attack with a flourish.
Lovely.
Because I'm going to use my blade flourish. I would proc it, but it hasn't done them separately. It's got the whole block there.
That's
So I'm
alright.
gonna
Just
describe it.
roll manually if that's easier.
I expend one of my uses of Bardic Inspiration to cause the weapon to deal extra damage to the target you hit. The damage equals the number you roll on the Bardic Inspiration die. You also add the number rolled to your AC until the start of your next turn, as this is a defensive flourish.
Lovely.
Is it a D6 for the Bardic Inspiration die?
I think so.
We've got 3
It
bards. One of us must know.
is- Let me look here. D6. Yeah, 1d6.
So I will do 2 extra damage and add 2 to my AC until the start of the next
Amazing.
turn.
Okay, likewise, you seem to have. Is it a rapier that you're battling with?
No, it's a longsword.
Oh, a longsword.
Very
All right,
specifically
then in
a
that case,
longsword.
you also remove a nice couple of legs from the spider as part of this wonderful, elegant, sweeping arc of the longsword. And there is another kind of sickening spider scream as it reels from this terrible damage. Now, in reaction to it, however, it will now turn and try and have at you with these long, dripping fangs. Does a 15 beat your armor class?
Well, unfortunately, 12 plus 2 is 14, so yes.
So it does
beat
indeed.
my armor class.
That's terrible. I'm so sorry. Okay, so roll 20. The second roll on the attack, is that the damage or is it just a second roll?
Just a second roll for advantage.
Alright, cool. In that case, I will just...
If you click the attack button, just like on our weapons when we play as players, if you click on the NPC word that says attack, it will roll damage for you.
Oh, right, lovely. Amazing. Okay, so you're going to take 8 piercing damage. And then on top of that, you must make a constitution save for me.
How's that looking?
I'm gonna say that beats. I'm trying to see if it has the number on here actually. Doesn't say what its DC.
It just says makes a DC.
It says make a DC. So I'm just gonna say it's 10. Why not?
That's very kind of you.
I'm very feeling benevolent right now. And you are going to take an additional 4 poison damage. No, not 4 poison damage. Where's the thing gone? 3 poison damage.
Okay, so we halve it. Nice. So that'd be 11 total.
11 total damage, yes. And this spider now has its fangs basically piercing into your, probably into your shin, and you can feel the venom starting to pulse through you.
Thank God, I thought it was going to sink into my doublet.
The other spider, however, the one that rushed up and tried to take a chunk out of Binnis, now finds itself without a Binnis. So it is going to use its movement to crawl up towards Barry slowly and menacingly, where Barry is restrained to the side of the countertop. And with that slow, purposeful, terrifying atmosphere that spiders have, it's going to try and sink its fangs into you. And I believe you are restrained. So does the spider get advantage?
I believe so.
Well,
Seems
that's
legit.
a shame. So sorry, Barry, and it's not because you're Sam. Oh, but will an 11 beat your arm class?
Nope. Nope.
Wow.
I'm tough. I'm strong.
So, I guess some part of your body is armored in some way?
I have leather armor.
So, wherever the leather is thickest is where this unfortunate spider decided to try and bite you. And the fangs sink in, and it seems not to realize for a moment that it hasn't actually sunk into flesh, but just into thick leather. So, you basically have a spider straddling you right now. And you're only a halfling, so it's a lot bigger than you are. All right, next we have Barry. What would you like to do about this situation?
Curl up into a fetal position and cry.
Yeah, that's really what I want to do. But I also want to get this spider off of me. Get off of me! You're creepy. Get off of me. Can I pull out my my? Oh, I have my hammer. Can I pull out my hammer? And I just want to hit him.
Yes, you can pull out your tiny silver hammer. Mini awesome hammer. Okay, that's gonna hit. You take out this tiny hammer, which I will remind you is about 7 inches long, and you smack it on one of its eyeballs or something. It's up to you. And roll damage for what I told you that tiny hammer deals. Beautiful. I'm really proud of you.
I am too. I'm very proud of me.
So you tap
I
one
want
of
to make
the
so many jokes about what 7 inches looks like in Hoffman's hand.
So you give a good tap to one of these spider eyeballs, and it just kind of blinks like, and doesn't seem particularly put out. And you are still restrained right now. You didn't actually try and get out. You just had a free arm to tap it with.
Yeah, I feel because I'm like up. I'm up, aren't I? I feel like if I try to get out, I'm gonna fall.
Yeah, you've probably got about 6 feet underneath you to fall, which isn't too bad. I'm
Says
sure
you.
you're a very athletic bard. Anyway, next up we have the third spider. The third spider is the one that just got cleaved with the greatsword, so it's pretty focused on Binnis, and it is going to make a bite attack. Ooh, does a 22. Is that a natural 20? No, it's not. Not quite.
Yeah, 22 does actually hit me, unfortunately.
I thought it might. Oh. Okay, you are going to take 11 piercing damage. I'd like to make a constitution saving throw.
Right.
These spiders ain't messing around.
Mod 20.
Oh, that's wonderful. So you feel the fangs sink into you, and it's probably your ankle, to be honest, because you're pretty beefy. And they seem to get around your armor, and you feel your Achilles tendon it almost hit it, and it's not a good feeling. And you take 11 piercing damage plus an additional 6 poison damage. I'm going to call it venom damage because that seems more accurate.
All right.
And it is now Vin's turn.
All right. I come in the door and see what's going on here. I pull up my loot, flip it over upside down, and now it's my trusty crossbow,
Amazing.
light crossbow. Bolt already loaded in, ready to go. I'm trying to figure out who I should shoot for. Should I go for the one that's on Bartleby, Barry, or Bennis?
Yes.
Let's see. I'll probably see, when I come in, I probably see Bennis swinging the sword around and figure she's got things under control.
Yeah, they both have
Bartleby,
spiders attached to them. In fact, everyone does right now, apart from you.
Yeah. But I see Barry's in the biggest danger because they can't move and all that, so I'm going to aim my crossbow at the one that's on Barry.
All right, make a crossbow attack for me.
13.
Oh, you just about miss. It seems to you feel you might have hit one of the legs, but no, it went kind of in between and embedded right next to Barry, actually, in the side of the cupboard, and it's just going to sit there like wang.
Oh, maybe I loosened up some of the silk that way.
Possibly.
Oh, question, my almighty DM. Since Bennis is deaf from the potion, I can't give her inspiration, can I?
Oh, that's a good point. Unless you do a sudden interpretive dance.
Or mine.
No, all mine are a cappella vocal basics.
How long did the deafness last, Scrat?
Duration is entirely up to DM discretion.
Okay, so I feel a bit bad to completely remove like your main bard thing through your potion. So I'm going to say the deafness lasted a round, so it's probably worn off by now.
All right, I'm going to fling some inspiration towards Bennis here. And as I've got my lute out, I start in with my inspiration here. When they see you come, they better step aside. A lot of foes didn't, a lot of them died. You got one fist of iron, the other is steel. If the right don't get 'em, then the left of one will. You face 16 foes. What do you get? A bloodied and beaten and closer to death. The leader tries to rally them, but they can't go. The hearts and souls lie at 6 feet below. And I inspire Bennis to keep on swinging.
All right. And a good time for it too, because it is now Bennis' turn.
Well, there is a spider attached to me,
There is.
which needs to die quite badly.
It does.
So I am just going to hit it, I assume.
Do a hit.
That's I'm humming the song. That
It's
was
so catchy.
sung. I'm just going. I think I'll add that inspiration die.
I think you probably should.
I probably should. That's a d6, right?
D6.
Remember, you have all got plus d6 rerolls. No, extra plus d6 roll, not reroll.
Yeah, but 23
Alright.
dice on one pathetic little spider is too much even for me. So
All
I'm
right,
just
so
going
yeah,
to accept that I'm missing.
you're hacking at the spider, but it's so close to your feet, it's quite hard to not hit your own legs with a greatsword.
Yeah.
Okay, and we go back to top of the round with Bartleby. You have just had a chunk bitten out of you.
No, this does not please me, not at all. I will, Tell me, are there any other spiders nearby, as well as this one?
Yep, there's one hanging off of your leg, and there's one hanging off of Bennis's leg, and they're pretty much right next to you. The other one is on the other side of the room, on Barry.
Okay, in that case, since they are close together, I will once again attack the spider with my longsword.
Go for it.
More of a stab this time, like get off. No. Yes, more of a stab, like get off. 9 is not going to hit, so I will add my d6 now. Oh,
That's really sad.
Oof.
That's
Oof.
very tragic.
Oh my pain.
Again, perhaps it's because you don't want to like accidentally carve a piece out of your boots. That you're a bit hesitant of swinging too close to your feet where the spider is running around.
Yeah.
But you just about glance off of it.
Oof.
Yeah, it's very sad because that same spider is going to release. Now it's got this blade dangerously swinging around its head. It's going to back up basically as far as it can, which is only about 10 feet from here, and it is going to try and hit you with a web attack. Bartleby. Does a 16 hit you?
Yes, my armor class has dropped back down to a 12. I am hit.
All right, so you are instantly encased in this, what starts off very gloopy spider silk, but it almost immediately kind of solidifies around you, and your arms are pinned to your sides, and roll a dex. Actually, no, not that. That's too mean. That's a bit too mean. But yeah, you're essentially like an upright burrito right now.
Oh, not my suit.
You look delicious.
The other spider, the one that's attached to Binis, is actually going to do the same thing. It sees its brethren has retreated a little way and follows as far as it can, which again is only about 10 feet, and is also going to try and spit web. Now maybe thinking that restraining you guys might be the best way to stop you cutting off any more legs. Oh, why am I rolling so well? I never do this when I'm playing. Does a 20 hit you?
It does.
Alright, you are now restrained. As well, we have a dragonborn burrito.
I also look delicious.
You do look absolutely delicious. Next up is Barry. You still have a spider kind of straddling over you.
Yeah, okay, so am I like doubly restrained right now because I have the web and the spider?
So no, the spider isn't pinning you at all. It's
Okay,
basically
cool.
the big legs are all around you, and you're restrained by the web.
I kind of like where I'm at though. You know what? I'm just gonna be like, spider, get off me! You're so ugly and creepy, and I don't like you. And again, I'm gonna cast Vicious Mockery.
Okay, that's a wisdom saving throw, right?
Yeah, it's a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Oh my god. I'm really sorry, guys. Roll20 has proof of my rolls. I can't even fudge this. Again, it just doesn't seem to get through to it. Maybe it accepts who it is, and your insults just, they don't mean anything to this confident spider.
But they're such good insults. I would also like to be like, oh, Venice, you're the best, and give her inspiration.
Very nice, very nice. Okay, Venice has another bardic inspiration. And that was Barry's turn, so it is now the final spider, the one that is over you. It's going to try and... it actually kind of hitches one of its fangs into the edge of the web that's wrapping you up, and starts to drag you down. And you're freed from where you were stuck to the wall, but you're still wrapped up like a halfling burrito. And you're being dragged down the side of the kitchen, and kind of you can see what looks like there's a dark spot underneath the counter, and that seems to be where it's heading to with you wrapped up. And that is its turn. So next we have Vin.
All right, I see that everyone else is all wrapped up and ready to be open for Christmas and all that, but it's not Christmas here. And I'm a war chanter. I'm not the greatest fighter in the world, so I flip my lute back around and start playing a medieval version of Brahms' Lullaby, and I try to cast sleep on all of these spiders.
Okay, so I believe you roll, and if that exceeds the total number of current hit points...
Yeah, 5d8, I believe.
And it's current hit points, not like their usual hit points.
Mm-hmm. Actually, knowing the desperate straits that we're in here, I think I'm going to cast this. Let's see. Oh, let's just go for it. Let's cast it level 4.
Okay.
We can't. I don't want us wasting any time or hit points and all these things. Let's knock these people out.
24 points total. Okay. So.
That's just the extra cast. There's another 29 on top of that.
Whoa, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, in that case, you play this enchanting lullaby, and Binis and Bartleby, you see, as you're struggling in your burritos, you can see the two spiders that just spat webbing at you start to kind of sway as if they're drunk, and then slowly the remaining legs give way, and those big hairy bodies just go
I have a question, because sleep's like area of effect, right?
Yes. I'm wondering, what is the area effect of sleep?
Let me look here real quick.
It hits in an area, and it hits the lowest HP first.
Yeah.
And then puts everyone in that area to sleep
Yeah.
until you run out of HP in the
Ascending.
spell.
Yes.
I only have 16 HP.
Oh, yeah, because you haven't got selective. Haha.
Ooh.
What's the actual?
Yeah,
range
it doesn't say I can aim it at my foes. It just says everybody.
No, just
Okay.
a creature.
Within 20 feet of a point that I choose. So, can I place this as much so it's as much of the spite?
Yes.
Let's see, but
So you can get all the spiders, but you will also get Barry. But you can avoid getting the other two of your companions if you.
okay, let's do that because we can always wake Barry back up.
Are we losing
Barry,
Barry or
how many hit
Bartleby?
points do you have?
33.
33. And is that current or before having some chopped off? You haven't really had any chopped off yet, have you? 33. Let me just do a very quick bit of maths on this paper. Ooh, okay. All right. So, Barry, you feel totally chill with this entire situation. Everything's fine. This is really comfy and warm. Feels like an embrace.
Yeah, I got like a nice blanket over me.
Yeah, it's nice. And you just feel your mind slipping away. But, it's not all that bad because you feel like you've stopped moving as well. And the spider that was tugging Barry along has also wavered and then boom, it's out. The other two spiders that were hissing and spitting webs at the rest of you, they sway for a moment, but they don't quite get to sleep. 33 hit points is a lot.
Yeah. Hey, well, one less to deal with.
Exactly.
And Barry's no longer freaking out. I mean, win-win.
Exactly. All right, that was you've taken one of them out. And remind me, when does the sleep end? Is it when they're attacked, or does it just carry on until they can wake up?
Let me look here. The spell that falls unconscious until the spell ends. The sleeper takes damage, or someone uses an action to shake or slap them up. It lasts for 1 minute.
Okay, good to know. All right, so Vin, that was your turn. If there's nothing else you can do with the rest of your turn, Binis, it falls to you.
Yeah, we'll go. I don't have anything else I'm going to try to do here.
Okay. Well, I would like to get out of this web, preferably.
All right, so you need to make a strength check.
A check. No saving throw.
No, it says strength check.
That's
18.
18, that's enough. You burst out of this burrito. You have no time for this. That is your action, unless you have any bonus actions you can take.
I really don't want to waste any right now. I still think there's a bigger beast around, so...
Very possible. All right, so that's your turn. We're back to the top of the round with Bartleby. You are burritoed.
I would like to break free from my burrito.
Make a strength check.
Strength or athletics?
It just says strength check. On a 6, you're struggling with it. It seems to be particularly strong, and you've been very thickly bound up, and it's just not happening. Can you do anything with your bonus action? Bonus actions?
Not that I want to, no.
Okay, so you just hop around for a little bit, which is great fun. Next up is one of the web-spitting spiders. It had this moment of dazedness, but now it seems to have shaken itself back to full wakefulness and is going to... it's also going to charge at... Bartleby and attempt to... He's just going to try and knock you prone, actually. And so it's going to basically swarm up to your torso, and yeah, it's going to probably try and make a bite attack through the silk at you. But out of 6, its webbing seems to have added to the thickness of material its fangs have to pierce through, and it can't reach you. And next we have the other spider. This is gonna charge straight at Venus again, having seen that you just forced your way out of its webbing. But it's got too much momentum behind it to stop itself now and try and fire another web, so it's just going to try and get a bite attack on you as well. Does a 16 hit you?
Nope.
No. Okay. Once again, those fangs will skitter and be. I can't word right now. The fangs glance off of your armor as it fails to pierce flesh and do any real damage. And with that, it is now Barry's turn. You are asleep. I don't think you can wake up on your own.
No, she can't.
I would
That'd
like
be
to
an outside
spend my
stimulus.
turn sleeping, please.
Okay, that's going to be the most peaceful action here. Have a good sleep. The other spider, however, is also asleep, so it cannot continue to drag you into the dark cavity between the counters, which means it is now Vin's turn again.
All right, seeing that we still have 2 spiders left, and I see the Bartleby is still tied up, I'm going to flip the looter back around and shoot the crossbow at the one attacking Bartleby.
Do it. Go for it. Roll me an attack.
All right, page here. Ah.
Oh, a 12. Do you have any rerolls left? Not rerolls, d6s.
I've got my D6, and I think I'm probably going to go ahead and use it here.
So one thing about 5e, it's so frustrating when you waste a turn and you've missed.
All right,
fine.
well, a 17 hit the thing.
That is absolutely going to hit. Could you roll damage to your crossbow, please? And this is the one attacking Venus?
The one attacking Bartleby.
Bartleby, okay. Cool, and is that just...
7.
7, okay, cool. This crossbow bolt is going to lodge in through one of the eyes of this monstrous spider, and it's swaying a lot. There is this bluish purple sticky blood just kind of congealing out of the wounds and out of the stumps of the legs that have been cut off, and it seems pretty weakened. All right, Venus, it is now your turn.
Well, I'm gonna try and cut the thing again, obviously.
Obviously.
One of these strikes, the first
One
one was
day.
very successful, and
Yeah.
then I had an off moment, and now I hit with a 17.
Beautiful. Roll damage on that lovely
All right.
greatsword strike.
I am really, really sick of these spiders, so I'm going to add a smite.
You also have a
Okay.
bardic inspiration you haven't used.
No, I'm keeping that for the next
Okay.
save throw. I'm probably going to massively fail. So I'm just gonna go with a regular attack and
Okay.
a whole bunch of smite. Hang on.
So that's the initial
That's the
attack.
regular attack.
Okay.
I have to see what my smite does. I don't usually play a paddling. This one. There you go.
Another
13.
5. All right. So as you cleave down with this great sword, if you would like to finish off this spider in any particular way.
Yes, they have, if I remember correctly, about 8 eyes that are
Yes,
kind
they
of
do.
clustered. I'd like to go in the middle of the eyes
Mm-hmm.
as my sword flashes a bright holy light, and then
Beautiful.
go.
Yeah. There is this wonderful burst of holy radiant light, and the spider is just immediately. There is a bit of a splatter of this sticky arthropod blood, and then it lays still with your greatsword protruding through its head.
Do I have any movement?
Yes, you still have movement.
Because I'd like to head over to Barry and Barry's spider.
Okay, just kind of standing over Barry.
I will be standing over Barry.
Lovely. Okay, you are now at that end of the room, and we go back to the top with the still wound up, and now underneath the spider, Bartleby.
So now, doubly pinned, does that make the strength check harder?
No, you're not really pinned. The spider's just kind of like standing on your chest, I suppose, and it was trying to get its fangs in and couldn't.
I really don't like this. I'm going to try and get out again. Wait! I've done it again. I've forgotten that I am. I've forgotten that bards have spellcasting again. I do this regularly. I played a whole campaign with a bard, never cast a single spell, forgot they had spellcasting.
I'm very proud. There is also a crossbow bolt sticking out of this spider, so it's looking very ropey.
This doesn't help me. I can shout at it particularly loud.
Fusroda?
Well, I mean, I could try that, but it wouldn't work very well. I will try and break out of the shell again.
I believe in you.
Nee! Nee!
Yes.
You need to break out. And there is a spectacular burst of silk as spider is thrown off of you as you free yourself. That is your action. Do you have any bonus actions you'd like to do?
No, but I will once again take an on-guard stance with the spider. Ah.
And the spider raises up its front two legs and also does an on-guard stance before it rushes in and attempts to bite you. Does a 20 hit you?
Yes, a 20 hits me. No!
Roll a Constitution saving throw,
I
please.
don't want to. Oh boy. Okay.
Ooh.
3! Oh, lovely. Okay, so
That's a natural
firstly...
one.
That's a natural one. Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. Okay, so first things first, you're going to take 19 total points of damage, 8 piercing and 11 venom damage, and you are also now paralyzed.
And I'm not paralyzed as I fall to the floor.
Yeah, so the spider stands triumphantly over you, convinced that it has bested this great adversary, as we go to Barry. You're still sleeping. Feel good?
Yeah, can I spend my turn sleeping, please? Can I have nice dreams at least?
You can
Like,
I'll give you nice dreams. Yeah, sure. You have great
Oh,
dreams. You
you're the
dream of
best.
warm hugs.
oh, you know what? That's just so fitting. Like, I wonder why.
It's lovely, isn't it? And after that, we go to your spider, who is also still snoozing away, probably also having very nice spider dreams, whatever spiders dream of.
No, he has nightmares.
Hey, you
Give
don't
him
tell me
all the
what my spiders dream, Sam.
Spiders dream of electric flies?
Guess we'll never know.
I was just typing something like that into chat.
Vin, it's your turn.
Can I?
Sorry,
you have to tell-
it's Vinis, you'll be... Sorry, yeah, Vin next, sorry.
Okay. All right. First thing for bonus action, I'm going to cast Healing Word Bartleby's way.
Oh, lovely. Do a roll for that word.
Let's see. 1d4 plus 3 is what it should be. All right. Let's get scrolled up here. Spells. Healing Word. We'll cast that. Let's go second level on that.
Okay.
So that'll be seven points going Bartleby's way.
Bartleby, you recover 7 hit points.
Ah.
I bet that feels
And
good.
now, I aim my crossbow one more time, and I want to finish the Spidey off once and for all.
Go for it.
And I don't think a 7's going to do the trick.
Unfortunately, it doesn't. Perhaps you're trying not to hit Bartleby, which
Yeah.
the spider is now standing over. Just about missed the spider. Venice, now it is your turn. You have dispatched one spider. There remains one, in front of you, asleep.
But there's also one still standing, right?
There is also one standing over Bartleby, who went down and now looks a bit better, but is still spidered.
Can I reach that spider in my movement?
Yes, you can. This kitchen isn't massive.
Can I sort of trip over Barry hard enough that he wakes up on my way over there?
I'll say you can.
Thanks.
Because
I'm
I'm
just gonna
rolling so
accidentally
well.
Step on part of him or something, and then head on over to the other spider, and hack and slash. It means what I do.
Hack and slash.
Does a 16 hit?
It certainly does. Could you please
What?
roll damage?
I most certainly shall. For 14 points.
Beautiful. It looks like you're getting the second kill as well as the first. How would you like to finish off the second spider?
I'm not smiting, so we're just going with a basic form of like gutting it from above. I want to start near the neck and then just open it all the way over the back.
Beautiful. You unzip this spider, and the two halves kind of peel apart and fall either side of Bartleby, whilst spreading deep purpley blue icky gook all over his lovely coat.
And I'm just going to go, "Fear not, stalwart companions. The tide of the battle has turned."
It's a good thing you guys have a paladin with you. Bartleby, it is now your turn.
With this, are we playing the by the book? I'm still unconscious with 7 HP, or?
I feel like as your kind of this gentle healing comes over you, you are aware. You can stay down if you want, but I'm gonna let you be able to get up. That's how we're gonna roll it.
I will take half of my speed to stand, and I will attack the spider again. On God!
Well, the one on top of you is you attack it, you realize it's already been cleaved in twain. So the one remaining is the sleepy spider.
Oh. Well, then I will attack the sleepy spider.
Now, does attacking someone who's asleep give you an auto crit? Because they can't do anything.
I believe it does.
It does, I think.
Because if you attack an unconscious fallen person, it's an auto crit. So I don't see why it should be different for a sleepy spider.
They count as incapacitated.
Yeah, I
mean, you're the
guess.
GM also, so.
I mean, if it's an auto crit against someone who's unconscious, I'm going to say it's an auto crit for someone who's asleep because that makes logical sense to me.
It says any attack that hits the creature is a critical hit if the attacker is within 5 feet of the creature.
Lovely. All right, so you get an auto crit on this sleeping spider, Bartleby. Would you please roll damage?
Excellent. Is this the only one?
This is the last one.
Excellent. I will roll some damage. Good thing it is an auto crit because that's a nat one. That would be -2 from all of that, so 17. 17 points of damage, and if it's not dead, I have a bonus action.
It appears to not be dead, as it suddenly the legs kind of spasm and go as you stab it.
I will use another defensive flourish to throw another d6 at it. Maybe eventually I'll start rolling something higher than a 3 on a d6. Hey!
Yes.
So I do an extra 5 points of damage.
Extra 5 damage, so that's a total altogether of 22?
Yes.
Oh man.
22, and my defense goes up dramatically as I start protecting myself.
So this spider has, after this barrage, it's practically dead. It is swaying drunkenly. Barry, you had just coming round. There's a spider that's just about standing very close to you. What would you like to do?
I want to hit it with my hammer.
Hit it
It's
with your
hammer
tiny
time.
baby hammer. Do it.
Oh wait, I got knocked.
Oh my God!
That is amazing!
Oh hey, I rolled double 4s too.
All right. How would you like to kill the spider, which had 1 HP?
No, I don't believe this. The tiny hammer. Really?
I would like to wake up and be like, spider, and then just whack it as hard as I can.
All right, you whack the spider with all your strength, and it rolls over, and it's dead. You are out of initiative, guys. Well done.
Harry the mighty spider slayer.
Yes.
Is
My
Bartleby
confidence
still
went up.
poisoned?
I need to go to sleep right now. I just need to sleep. I am
Is he
hurting.
still, is he still poisoned, or does the poison also go away when you go?
I think the poison lasts an hour. It's really vague on here, and is paralyzed when poisoned in this way. So I guess he's still kind of, although because he dropped to 0 hit points, in which case the paralysis doesn't hold over because it's like Pokemon rules, right?
I guess so.
Yeah. So yeah, since you were revived from being unconscious, the paralysis has faded.
Excellent. Then I will not waste any spell slots fixing him.
I am still very hurt.
Finish.
Oh, I'm carrying Barry again. It's okay, Barry. There. We're awesome. You and me. We killed all the spiders together.
We did. We're such a great team.
We are. Do you want to go ring the bell?
Yeah, can we go ring the bell, please?
Yeah, let's go ring the bell.
Yeah.
Okay.
So undisturbed by the chaos, you head over and find the silver bell you initially tried to get to, and all of you once again hear that very smooth and pleasant female voice kind of drift through the kitchen room. It is inevitable that my home will become overrun by vermin before long. There will be creatures drawn to Castle Briarmore as a result of the beast's activities, looking for easy pickings, so remain on your guard. If you have made it to this bell, you have probably already cleared some of them from my halls, and are thus of better mettle than many who have come here to pillage. I expect by now you have guessed that I, Lady Anne, and the previous owner of this fortress, am dead. I recommend you take the servants' staircase at the back of this room up to the bridge, as you will need to access the library on the other side of the castle. There, you may find weapons edged with silver. You will need them to slay the beast that stalks my home.
Can I ring the bell again and go ding?
Yeah, I'm gonna carry you. No, I'm carrying you away from that bell.
Put the hammers.
You guys will also notice that there are a few kind of silk-wrapped lumps in this room that you hadn't really noticed before that look vaguely humanoid in size and shape.
Ooh, do you think they have stuff we need?
We can always find out, Chief.
You go look. I'll stay here in your arms and not look.
No, you're the one who's good at finding things, and I think I do need to go fix Bartleby a little bit because he looks like crap.
I'm bleeding everywhere.
My point exactly. I'll go gently pat, which is really hard when you're my size, so it might be a little painful, but I will go gently pat Bartleby and I'll use lay on hands.
Lovely.
I do want to keep some of my points in case people go unconscious again, because apparently that's a thing this party does. But for now, I think giving you 10 points back is at least a start.
I mean, it would be okay to just take a rest for maybe 8 to 10 hours here, right? This seems perfectly safe.
Sure, why not?
Take a long rest.
I run the short rest rules that a short rest is about an hour if you would like to use some of your hit die.
I'm actually kind of okay, but I'm just gonna carry Barry from suspiciously shaped web to suspiciously shaped web so Barry can investigate and find us stuff, because we've seen my rules.
Okay.
I'll help out with the investigation too if you want.
Alright, so those who are looking at the bodies, if you could roll investigation checks for me.
Not bad.
Here, Barry, try this one.
Okay. Barry, it might be your aversion to these desiccated corpses, but you don't seem to be able to rummage through them very well. On the other hand, Vin, there doesn't appear to be any gold or interesting trinkets or anything. You find a few of these humanoids. You can't tell what race they belong to in this state. There are a couple of broken, and by this I mean very broken, smashed up crossbows. But you do find 10 silver-dipped arrows, bolts, which seem to be still usable.
Okay. All right. I turn around and show them to the rest of the party. Does anyone else use a crossbow besides me?
Nope,
we got some silver-tipped crossbow bolts here.
I'll take it, but I have my hammers.
I can use a crossbow. Especially, I'm running out of blade flourishes. I'm feeling quite tired, so I could maybe.
Well, if you have a crossbow, we can split some of these bolts so that we all have some.
No, I don't have one, but perhaps we will find one.
Okay.
You keep hold of them for now.
All right. And Barry, do you have a crossbow as well, or not?
I have
Just have the
hammers.
Okay.
I have hammers.
All right. You keep the arachno hammers, and I will hang on to these bolts. Unless, Venice, you have a crossbow that can fire these things.
No, I have javelins that apparently need to be tipped in silver at some point. This is gonna make them fabulous.
Okay, I will just hang on to these then in case we need them.
Okay, so at the other end of the room, close to where Barry was webbed to the wall, the shelves, there is indeed a servant's exit, as the message told you, which is like a very simple, plain wooden door, which is currently closed.
I'm going to the door.
Okay. If you try the handle, you'll find that it doesn't appear to be locked. You can head through if you wish.
Wait.
Let me just gently touch myself with some lay on hands, and then we can go through the door.
Can you're forgetting something though.
No, I carried you from body
did
to
you?
body. I never put you down. You are far too squishious to be on the floor. I'm sorry.
I feel so...
Don't worry, Barry. She's always going to lift you up. She's never going to let you down.
I was waiting for that one. No, you got off my shoulders once, and look what happened.
This is true. This is very true. I'm so happy, both in and out of character.
Everyone has to carry you. What is this?
Last time I carried a kobold after I ate his bear costume, so par for the course.
All right. So who is heading through the servant's door?
Me, please. And therefore, Barry.
I will
Alright.
I will have my crossbow out and I will take the rear.
Okay. Bartleby?
Feeling a little better from Bennis's gentle fingertips, I will I'll just follow, I guess. I'm just going to stay like I'm not watching the rear. I'm letting Vin take the rear. I'm staying in the middle of the group. I'm not feeling too good about things right now. You know, I'm feeling still a little beat up and a little
very
low on
sad.
energy. It's been a hard day, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Well, the four of you pass through the door, and immediately on the side you find, as the message told you, there would be some stone steps. The steps lead up to an open hallway through this wooden servant's entrance, and the hallway is very cold, and you're immediately assaulted by the chill wind that regularly batters this area of the Sword Coast. As the right end of the corridor turns through a wide Gothic archway onto an open stone bridge, so this portion of the hallway is rather open to the elements. To the left, the corridor fades into darkness, but those of you with dark vision can vaguely make out what looks like a pile of rubble obscuring that particular direction. The bridge itself is in a very poor state. It looks almost as if something has been on the rampage, as the stonework has been destroyed in places, and these long gouge marks have raked across the stone surface. It seems to have enough in structural integrity to allow a party of medium-sized adventurers to pass by, however.
I just looked it up because I didn't write it down. I don't think I have dark vision, so I'm happily going Barry, left, right, straight. Help me out here.
Do I have dark vision?
I'm assuming you do, because otherwise you make a terrible lookout up there.
Bartleby, are you a tiefling? Because in which case you definitely do.
Yeah, I definitely do. I look at these two bumbling around, and I sort of just put my hands on Bennis's shoulder and just.
Wait,
Okay,
how
can
tall
I-
are you?
I'm about 5'11".
Yeah.
So I'm going to put my hands maybe more on the shoulder blades. And I can be like, okay, this way. Can anyone here cast light? What kind of paladin can't cast light? Come on, Dennis.
I'm trying to smite things instead of, light things.
I've got light as a cantrip.
A cantrip, awesome. That would help.
Let's see. So, what do I want? So, what would you like me to cast light on, Chief?
Ooh,
Well,
can we
let's
do
cast
a-
light on Bennis. Bennis is carrying Barry, and
Yeah,
that way
on the
they can
shield,
just.
please.
There you go.
Okay. All right. So I will cast light on her shield, and she'll bright light in a 20-foot radius and dim light for additional 20 foot.
Hang on.
I can
Okay, I'm
actually
ready.
make it any. I can actually make it any color shade you want if you would like, Chief.
Ooh.
Oh,
kind
can we
of
make it dull?
greenish yellow.
All right. Done.
Okay, Bennis starts emitting this
You
light.
now have a headlight.
Cool.
So now you can just about make out that, as indeed there is what looks to be a pile of rubble and detritus that blocks the corridor. It looks like maybe a curtain has fallen, and just like with some of this rock and or tapestry or something. And then the other direction across the bridge, however, looks clear.
Thoughts? Because I'm happy just going, hopefully straight to where whatever the beast is.
After what happened with the spiders, yes, let's get this over with. Because those spiders missed us by that much.
Well, some of us they didn't actually miss. It was actually really painful.
Okay,
Yes.
so are you heading out along the bridge?
Yes. Does the bridge look like it'll hold me?
Yeah, it looks like it'll hold you guys.
Will we have to pass over one at a time, or can we all go over?
No, you can all make. It's a pretty wide bridge. It's probably about 10 feet wide, and it's stone. It's not like a rickety wooden bridge.
Okay.
It's just a lot of the stone supports have been smashed away, and it's just over time eroded.
All right.
But it looks like it could support you guys going across it.
Across the bridge it is.
Okay. The wind is truly bitter up here, and the portion of the fortress ahead of you looks roughly the same size as the part that you've left behind, and it kind of spires quite high up into the sky, and you can see towers and these long Gothic arches. And as you just about get past halfway over this bridge, I would like you all to roll perception for me.
Why do you hate me?
Oh, that's not bad.
Not bad.
Oh my god! I see something! It's the shield with the light. It has to
It
be.
helps a lot. Okay. Has Barry rolled as well, or is that an old roll? Oh no, is that perception then you roll? Cool.
Yeah, I rolled great on my perception.
Alright, so everyone apart from Barry, who is maybe just too cozy being carried again, you hear a sound a bit like and this is coming from behind you.
Behind me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I turn around and see if I can see what's going on, since I'm in the back.
As you turn around, at the rear of the bridge, from the direction the four of you came, stands a colossal creature. You see the silhouette of a bear, but twice as large as any bear you have ever seen before. The patchy fur is buffeted by this rising wind, and old shafts of what look to be broken arrows and crossbow bolts are kind of protruding from this scarred and battered hide, with the many bald patches, which looks like they've just scabbed over and become thicker flesh. Its breathing is what alerted you, and you can hear this aggressive hoof, hoof, even from here, before it throws forward its head and releases an ear-spitting howl. Could you all please roll initiative?
I am nervous of this.
Oh, not bad. Better than last time.
It's a good initiative. Who are we waiting for? Oh, is it?
Moi!
Okay, that's pretty good. I need to get the right sheet up. I'm still getting used to this this lovely roll 20. Stop. Okay. There we go. Wow, this initiative isn't great. Well, 2. There's my bad roll for you. Yeah. All right, starting with Barry. You have the rest of the bridge in front of you, and there's a door leading onwards at the end of the bridge.
Oh no.
It's you first, my friend.
I know, I hate rolling good initiative, and apparently it's the only thing I can roll well. Can I hold Vicious Mockery until I see... Because I don't see the creature, right?
No, you haven't been alerted yet, but I suppose one of the others could tap you and let you know.
Yeah. So, actually, I feel like because Barry didn't perceive this, I feel like I should not have a turn this first round.
Okay, that's very noble of you. In which case,
Yeah, noble.
noble. In which case, we go to Venus.
How far in front of me is it?
It's about, it's probably about 50 feet away from you. It's right at the start of the bridge. It hasn't actually stepped onto it yet, and you were just over halfway across.
Let's see, 30 feet movement speed. Can I make it there? Should I make it there? So it looks bearish, covered in bolts and things.
It's a very, very, very big bear.
I would like to, just for once in my life, pause before charging into combat and use my Divine Sense to see if it's undead.
Okay, yeah, you can do that. And this is just something you do?
Yeah, as an action, I send within 60 feet until the end of my next turn. I sense the type location of celestials, fiends, undead, consecrated, or desecrated things.
Lovely.
If they don't have total cover.
Okay, this is not undead.
It is not undead, but it is creepy.
It's pretty bashed up, that's for sure. Alright, next, after Venus, we go to Vin.
Can I
Okay.
shout to the party that it's not undead? Because
Yeah, of
I
course.
can imagine
Reaction.
other people might
Okay.
be confused as well.
All right. So I hear her do that. So I keep the silver tip crossbow bolts where they are. I turn around. About how far is it from us at this point?
About 50 feet.
50 feet. I call back to Bennis. Do we run forward or do we fire?
I'll let you can reply, it's fine.
Can I reply in my turn? Okay. I'll take point. You can fire from where you are, but
Okay.
we should be between the rest and him.
Okay. So I will I'll get my loot out, flip it over. Bolt is loaded, and I'm going to fire.
Okay. Woo!
Does a 20? Does a? Oh, that's a
That's
crit.
a nat 20, alright.
That's a nat 20.
A silvered bolt, yes? Since you did
Uh, She said that it's not undead, right?
No, it's
No,
not.
but it might still be a were creature. I'm not sure how much a character knows about those.
Yeah, it'll be the silver bolt. I'll do silver bolt just in case.
Okay. Roll damage for me, and roll twice.
Ooh, so 9, 10, 12.
Lovely. Alright, your bolt flies true and it sinks into the shoulder of the colossal bear. And there is a moment of ever so flickering slight recognition as it realizes this isn't just a mundane weapon. And it looks at you, and that maw opens impossibly wide, and it emits another of these splitting howls. And it's starting to shamble towards you. Bartleby, it's your turn.
Oh, I want to do a bonus action real quick.
Oh, yes, of course.
I want to give another inspiration to Bennis so she's ready to roll.
Yep.
All right. You're going out to the battle, Paladin. You've never felt so alive. By the power of your sword and your fire breath, the bear you're gonna face is bound to die. Inspiration, your way.
I feel super inspired. I should try with bards that sing about me always.
Should do. Bartleby, it's over to you.
And we're fighting on the bridge, right?
You are currently on the bridge. You've just passed halfway.
And it's heading towards us.
Yes, yeah, just started to head towards you.
Bartleby's going to start trying
shambling,
to
right?
destroy the bridge.
Okay. How would you like to try that, Bartleby?
Bartleby is going to look under the bridge and see if there's like a strut or something and try and pull
There
that
are
out.
indeed stone supports.
I will
under
try
the
and knock one of the stone supports out with my leg.
Okay, I guess roll a unarmed attack.
Oh,
See how much damage it
athletics?
Alright, I'll let you do an athletics check. Okay. This is stone.
Oh, that was poor. That was poor.
Okay, on an 11, some of the like chips of stone start to chip away, and there is like this almost stone dust that's starting to fall, and you've inched it along a little bit, but you don't really have time to think about this because all of a sudden there is this thundering gallop as the bear picks up speed, and this colossal beast is now sprinting full tilt at the party. And as it gets about 20 feet from you, this immense impact of these great big paws against the damaged bridge is starting to do more damage to the stonework than your athletics check did. And you can see cracks appearing in the stone of this bridge, all of you can. And there is a wavering kind of tremble that you can feel rather than hear. Finn, no, it's not back to you because I was reading the wrong thing. Barry, it is back to you. You can see this. And this bridge is shaking.
First, I would like to grip onto Venice a lot harder. All my might. Can we still not see this creature? Can I see this creature?
Yeah, you can see this creature now.
Okay. I want to be like, you're big and ugly and scary, and cast vicious mockery as I do.
Wisdom saving throw from the build. 8. I think that's a fail.
Yes, it's a 13.
Roll some damage. Is
Okay.
This
Oh
is
no.
What you say?
Shoot, I need to figure out what I need to roll. Oh, it's 4 psychic damages, please.
Okay, the bear kind of shakes its massive head and emits another one of these roars directed at you, and it does not slow down.
Oh no.
A creature that isn't secure in itself.
It seems to be a bit insecure. Yeah, you're right. Next.
Wait, I have a
bonus
question.
actions. Yeah.
It's because Venice still has the table, right?
Venice does have a table in her
Is it-
backpack.
Oh, it's in her backpack?
Well, it's sort of strapped to the side of the bag, like, and with
Okay.
Like,
some
is
of
it
the legs in.
possible for
'Cause I
me to
kinda wanted
get in
to-
between?
Yeah, I wanted it back there so Barry can sort of go behind it because, you know, he's adorable and he needs to be safe.
Yeah, I'll allow that.
Okay, yes. So that is, yeah. I will take my movement to do that.
It is now Venice's turn.
I'm just gonna yell to the rest of my party something along the lines of, "Oh, I do not want to fall to my death," and I'm just gonna turn around, tell Barry to hold on, and I'm going to take my full move to get to something that is not going to fall apart when this bear breaks this bridge to pieces.
Yeah, if you use your movement and use the dash
I will
action,
take the dash action,
then
and
you can get all the way to the door on the other side of the bridge. And here it's almost like, you know how a viaduct has these arches?
Mhm.
The arch starts there, so it has a lot more support.
Great.
So you feel like this part won't crumble away. Okay, so
I will
after
go there then.
lovely. After Venus, it is Vin.
Okay, I see what's happening with the bridge here. How far is it? Am I going to have to dash to get off as well?
You'll have to
At this
use
point?
your full movement, so essentially action and dash action to get to
Okay.
where. Yeah.
All right.
to get to the end.
I will do this, keeping an eye on the bear, having my loot ready just in case it starts getting. Actually, instead, as I'm running, I'm putting the loot away and I'm pulling my longsword out so I can hold it out if it comes too close, so I can hold it out like a pike, if nothing else.
Okay.
As we're getting to the doorway.
All right, Bartleby. You are standing alone, facing down a giant bear.
I told him we were going.
You were told.
Is the bridge definitely gonna break yet?
I mean, the closer it gets to you, the worse it's looking. This bridge is shaking. The cracks are starting to fracture out of control.
But the creature's not within melee range of me yet, right?
Not quite, no.
That costs an action though. Okay. I'm gonna try and break the bridge some more.
Okay.
And then use my movement to run no matter what happens.
All right. You gonna use another athletics check? Amazing.
Oh, nice!
That was well timed, guys. You d20s. All right. So,
Credit it.
are you doing this with your leg again?
Yeah, I'm just gonna try and kick out that support.
All right. It might just be you've just found the keystone of this bridge, perhaps, because as you give an almighty swing of your boot and connect with it, it's like you've hit that one brick in Jenga, because as soon as this stone is dislodged, the rumbling increases, and all around you, stones are starting to drop out of this bridge. I'm gonna get you to run as fast as you possibly can, and it was a natural 20, so I'm gonna say that kind of carries over to you stepping on the best stones to not also fall to your death as this bridge collapses around you.
Can I do something a little unorthodox here?
Pitch it to me.
I want to use Feather Fall to make it easier to jump from stone to stone, so I can, like, jump with Feather Fall, so I'm sort of like spacewalking rather than
but I'm gonna add this caveat to this. You look like Legolas in the Battle of the Five Armies.
Totally. I'm happy with that. Totally happy.
As you jump Mario style, stone to stone, as they fall, to join your companions.
We're suddenly in a platform game.
And as you're doing this, the rest of you see the bear continues its forward sprint, the momentum carrying it forwards at a breakneck pace. But as the stones start to drop out from underneath it, its feet cannot find purchase on the stone, and it emits this kind of roar, not just of anger, but also of fear as the stones give way underneath it. And there is this almighty cloud of dust and stone debris as the whole structure starts to collapse, tumbling both the stone and the bear down into the fissure that kind of splits the two outcrops of rock on which the fortress is built in two. And you hear the sound of a lot of impact of a heavy amount of stone and probably a heavy bear as well. And we're out of initiative for now.
All right.
When Bartleby gets back, he's going to use the opportunity whilst Featherfall is still cast to do a front flip. Can't normally do them. Can with Featherfall.
Try a chest bump. Try a chest bump.
All right. The falling of the stones starts to slow down, and now there's just bits of rubble just falling off the bridge every now and again, and this huge cloud of dust which is still gradually rising, and you have a door next to you.
Open a door.
I feel very good about everything.
I would like to look around for more bells.
Here, you can't see any bells, obviously, just a door that leads onwards, which your dragonborn friend is pushing open because it too does not appear to be locked.
Interesting.
Why would you lock doors if all you do is keep spiders and werebears around? I mean...
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Or else the locks have already been picked and broken before we got here.
Well, in that case, we can find more
They
doors.
may have done that, Chief.
Alright.
So you push through this door, and Barry, are you still on top of the shoulders of the dragonborn friend?
I think I'm still wedged between her
And this
her.
table.
You can sort of try to keep over again.
All right,
Yeah,
as you
like my head's like peeking out from above the like.
as you push through the door, you find yourself in a beautiful Gothic library with high vaulted ceilings and bookshelves that span the ground to the eaves. Most of the books have been scattered across the floor and torn and ripped apart. The shelves themselves are covered in claw marks, as are the once cozy-looking armchairs and sofas that have been haphazardly strewn across the space in pieces. All of you can see that there is a small silver table in the center of the room, upon which stands a small silver bell and a small silver hammer.
Alright.
It's hammer time.
Barry, let's go.
Yes,
Barry, you dinging the bell.
of course I am.
Unfortunately, you cannot triple wield hammers. I'm gonna rule that now.
Yeah, well, can I not just put it in my?
You can keep it.
Yeah, I'm gonna put the one, not my first one. My first one's very lucky. That's its name, by the way, is very lucky. I'm gonna put it in my bag, and then I'm gonna grab the next one, and I'm gonna ding the bell.
Okay, you ding the bell, and in the absence of the ding, you once again hear the female voice. Congratulations on making it this far. By now you have survived long enough to surely be worthy of a little extra assistance. There is a painting at the end of this room, next to the door that will lead onwards through the castle, towards the parlour and my hidden treasury. At the sound of this bell, the wards protecting the hidden entrance behind the painting will be undone, and you will be free to partake of the tools inside. This is the last message I can leave you, for I fear my time is short. Please, slay the beast and end the curse that has fallen onto these miserable stones, but heed my last warning. Do not let it bite you.
I'm getting some serious Beauty and the Beast vibes, but cool.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Looking around, is this like the Beauty and the Beast library kind of thing?
Could you all make a perception check for me, please? Oh, nice.
Well,
Bartleby, perceive for me.
I am very, very perceptive. No, I'm not.
Wow.
You lied to the DM.
We
Wow.
almost have a streak, guys.
So, Venus, perhaps because you are blessed with a slight holy nature, you suddenly feel a cold shiver pass through you, and almost as if a chill breeze passed by your face. You look towards it, and you can see there is a book on the floor, and the cover opens as if this chill breeze passed over it.
Guys, there's an extra cool book on the floor right here, and unless someone stops me, I am eating it.
Why are you eating it?
Because it looks tasty and special, and it's been a very long time since I ate something special.
and she's been swinging that sword. She's been swinging that sword a little hard, so she's worked up an appetite.
I'm really hungry, guys.
Well, you can eat it, but can I just read the page first?
Oh, I
Or
suppose.
see what's on the page?
Here.
I'm gonna rip off the next page and then give it to her to eat.
Finally, it was either this or eating a bell, guys. I mean, really.
As long as it's not my hammers.
So did you pulled the next page out of the book to read?
The previous page I pulled out.
Okay. So you have in your hands like a very yellowed paper from this book, and you're not really sure as to have you eaten the book already, Venice?
I'm munching on the one page she handed me, but I'm also looking
Okay.
for other books that look good.
Oh, this room is full of what look like once beautiful books that have either been semi-torn apart or just time has ravaged them.
Is there something with like a leather cover?
Oh yes, definitely.
I
You can
am
easily
munching
find
away on one of
something like
those.
that. Okay, you're munching away. Barry, as you look in, you kind of leaf through this book to the page that it opened to, you can see this very long, elegant, looping handwriting. And it seems to be written in common, so you could understand it. Are you wishing to read what it says?
Yes?
Okay. It seems to be a sort of diary entry.
Ooh, dang it, now I regret giving her the other page.
And this is what the handwriting says. It is done. The beast is slain. The hunter that came to my hall has been eradicated in his arrogance. Kyrie and I will be removing the corpse once our own wounds have been seen to. I am concerned for her, however. I am sure that the beast bit her during the attack, but she is unwilling to let me assess the wound. I do not know what I would do if she was infected. She is the only thing that makes unlife bearable. I think I can hear in the parlor as I write this. Something is wrong. And then there is nothing else written in the book.
Oh, undead werebear, so cool.
I read this all out loud, by the way.
Yeah.
I would like to point out.
So was there like a painting with
Yes. There is a very large painting at the other side of the room, behind which these tools are rumored to be, and it is similar to the one that Bartleby examined in the first room. It depicts two smiling women. This time, you see that one has their hands kind of in the other, and they're just kind of standing there impassively, holding each other's hands and with this small smile. And again, it's the dark-skinned woman with the silvery hair, who is very high cheekboned and elegant. And then the second woman with this frizzier hair and the fairer complexion, who is just like smiling with this kind of there is a very clear, earnest joy that's radiating from these two people.
Cool.
If you're kind of looking at that, if you could roll an investigation check for me.
Sure. That's I love doing investigation. Oh look, a 4 instead of a 3. I'm also focusing on the book I'm eating.
Yeah, you're a bit distracted right now. You don't really pick up on anything. about the rest
All
of
right,
you.
I want to take a closer look at the portrait. That portrait
Okay.
that was mentioned by the bill.
Investigation.
Yeah, can I? I mean, I feel like I
Oh.
have to because I'm already there.
Yeah, that's true. You're on the shoulders.
I think
Okay.
Bartleby will probably investigate the rest of the room looking for valuables. He hasn't found any
Okay.
valuables yet, you know?
No, not yet. It's a bit sad. All right. Well, while you roll investigate, Vin and Barry, you find what seems to be a small latch on the side of the painting.
Okay, I flip the latch open.
As you do so, the painting swings slowly open with a, and beyond you can see quite a small square chamber. It's completely darkened in there. Is the paladin still glowing?
If the spell lasts for 1 hour,
Oh, in that case, yes. So this
and if
light.
it's gone out, it's a cantrip, so I can
Yeah.
cast it again if
All
we
right,
need.
the light that's gently emanating from Venice illuminates that within this square chamber, which seems to be just that, there seems to be no passageway leading onwards, because after all, there is a very large door that was next to this painting. But this chamber seems to be filled with glimmering, shining objects, and as you look closer, you can see weapons of a lot of different descriptions stacked neatly
Ooh,
against the wall.
shiny.
And they are indeed shining with a glinting promise of silvery goodness.
I go in and take a closer look at these things, and I motion everyone to follow me.
All right.
No need to be greedy here.
Yeah. Again, there is almost every kind of weapon you could think of is in this room, and they are all edged with silver, and a lot of them are decorated with a very fine filigree detailing as well. It's clearly they have been well crafted. And yeah, there is quite a variety. Are any of you looking for anything specific?
Big longsword.
A
There is
hammer.
definitely a few. There are definitely a few long swords in here. There are varying degrees of heaviness, I suppose, and varying degrees of decorative and styling as well. You've got some with these lovely filigree-like vines that weave around the pommel and the crossguard. Others are a little bit more geometric in their shape, but they are all edged in silver.
I will take the biggest one that has nice like vines and things because I quite like fey-looking items.
Yeah, there is a huge, beautiful-looking longsword with the vines spiral slightly down the blade, and then where the carved vines end, there are some engravings that continue.
Cool. I'm just gonna go a bit out of the passage, and while you guys do your looting thing, I'm just gonna take some practice swings and get the balance of this thing.
Okay. I will look to see what's here as far as bows, crossbows, bolt arrows, kind of thing, and maybe see if there's any other daggers, or if there's like some daggers as well as the long swords.
Yeah, there's definitely a decent collection of different daggers, from stilettos to like almost like curved blades, and again there is a decent supply of silver-tipped arrows and crossbow bolts. Not so much in the way of actual bows or crossbows, because it's not those that really need to be silvered. But there would be a few just quite tastefully carved from you or other woods with a bit of engraving going on.
Yeah. Bartleby, would you be interested in something in a bow? We got all sorts of arrows and bolts in here.
Perhaps. Just how many knives are there in there?
That's pretty about
I will take one silver tip dagger and one long sword as well, and I'll wait to see if anyone else takes any bows or anything before I start gathering crossbow bolts.
There's probably about
Make sure-
9 daggers left.
Okay,
I will
I'll take one.
You can help yourself to the longbows and crossbows. I will take 9 daggers if no one else wants any.
Oh no! I want a dagger.
Okay, 8.
Yeah, I want one dagger.
Eight daggers then. Which I would mostly be throwing, I warn you now.
Okay. No problem.
That's
And
okay.
if
Are
no
there
one
any-
else...
Oh,
Go ahead, Sam.
I was just gonna say, are there any hammers?
There seems to be what appears to be a scaled up version of the little dingy hammers that you have been coveting.
I pick it up and hand it to Barry because I can see Barry drilling over it.
It's still like a one-handed weapon, so I guess it's probably got the stats for a mace because there isn't like a one-handed hammer. I don't think.
There's hammers you can throw. I'll just throw up that one.
Yeah, that probably works for this.
Or I could do a. It doesn't matter to me. I think
If
they're the
there's-
same, probably.
All right.
there's a
If
silver
there's
ring-
enough, I will gather enough crossbow bolts to get me. If there's at least 11 there, that'll get me to a full
Oh
case
yes.
of 20.
There's probably
All right.
about 20 crossbow bolts in here.
All right. I will take 11. That'll get me to 20. That's all I need to
Okay.
carry with.
Can I
Along with the long sword and a dagger.
can I yell to the people who are still in there?
The stiletto. If he didn't take it, since it probably doesn't throw well, I'll take the stiletto.
You can take the stiletto.
Any javelins? Silver tipped.
There'd probably be 1 or 2 javelins, yeah?
I'll take those. They'll go with the other ones.
If there is a rapier, I will take a rapier.
I'll say there is one nestled between the other blades, and it is exquisite.
I will take this. This looks nice.
Okay.
Right, let's
you
go find.
You haven't cleared the hoard. There's still a lot of what would probably be valuable goods here, but there's nothing to stop you coming back.
I'm not here for the loot. I'm here to slay evil.
I am here for the loot. I will fill my bag with anything that I can fill it with.
You
I
probably
have
pick up.
I have everything that I need for now.
You probably pick up a few more odds and ends from this I guess glorified storage cupboard.
Crossbow bolts, arrows. We're looking at light things first, you know.
Yeah, like
We're
slingers
going
and
with
boluses.
Skyrim tactics here. The smallest,
yeah.
lightest objects. I'm just going to chuck all of them in. The ones that look the most valuable.
All of them into hammer space. Alright, as for the rest of you, there is indeed a very tall, arched, Gothic-style door next to this painting.
Cool.
Are we going to take any kind of rest before we go any further?
I could take a rest. I am nearly out of bardic inspiration. I'm not feeling very inspired.
It is quite a cozy room. You could probably drag some of the sofas together, which are, you know, still comfy, perhaps, even though they're torn apart.
If everybody needs to rest, then we'll rest. I mean, I'm at the service of my party.
Yes.
Yep, you can take a short rest if you would like to. You're kind of,
In this case, I will be rolling some hit dice.
yes, everyone who would like to roll hit dice, please go ahead.
Oh, I don't get bardic inspirations back on a short rest. No.
Sorry.
No, only for a long rest.
Could I roll worse? There we go. Thank you.
Yeah, looks like I don't get any of my spell slots back either. Oh well, that's right. I still got 2 left.
I'm looking pretty good on health again, at least. I did, on my online character sheet, my health is wrong because I completely forgot about my constitution bonus at every level.
Oh my god, that's quite a lot.
That is quite a lot, actually. The spider bit me. I was like, what? How can I be this? Oh, wait. But it's okay.
Okay. So,
Thank
as
you
you
very
all come-
much. QDV, who comes in with a biddy donation of 500, you can gift a D6 to someone. To whom would you like to gift that D6?
Thank you.
Thank you.
And remember, everyone except for me has one at the moment, so remember to use them. We've very- I meant more like we've got about 40 minutes of play left, so try and get them used when you can.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
let's go to the big door.
All right. So freshly rested and had a bit of downtime just to chill out in this very beautiful, sadly in disrepair library. You push through this huge, heavy hardwood door, and it opens slowly with this deep creaking. And on the other side, you are met with a rush of colder air, which denotes that you're going into a much larger space than the one you just left. And this large room has an empty hearth at one end, and this huge vaulted stone ceiling. You would mistake it almost for the main hall of a church, perhaps, if it wasn't for the once cozy-looking furniture. Again, this seems to be some sort of parlor. What would have been a beautiful, rich rug in front of the hearth has been ripped up, torn up, stained, and faded with time. and the furniture is strewn across the flagstone floor. The floor is littered with bones, and a lone carrion crow, you notice, is sitting perched in one of the eaves, just waiting. There are several tall arched Gothic windows along the walls, both left and right, but they're both out of reach, and several of them are already smashed. As you enter into the room, you've all gone through?
Yeah, I'm still sword, shield, sword and board.
Sword and board, I like it.
Yep.
So
Bartleby sort of like hangs back for just a moment. He doesn't seem to be able to move, and then for a second he pulls out some rations out of his bag, and like when he drops one, 5 of them drop to the floor, and then he can move again.
Amazing. So
I'll take up the rear again, have my loot loaded both directions.
So you enter into this grand parlor, and as you enter through your door to the library, everyone, if you could roll perception for me.
Ew. Too busy
Harry's-
admiring my new dagger.
Ooh. Nice. Everyone apart from Vin, you notice a shift in the shadows at the other end of the room, and you notice for the first time now that there is a large archway that seems to lead on from the parlor somewhere else. And the shadows shift as a huge lumbering form drags itself through the archway, and you see the colossal bear stumbling in. And now you've been in this room for a few moments. You notice the way the bones are arranged and the way the furniture has been piled and the rug has been torn up. It looks almost like some sort of nest. And the bear stumbles in, and it looks injured. Now, taking fall damage is technically bludgeoning damage, so it is not taken as much damage as someone who you would expect would have taken, who fell down a chasm like the one this bear you saw fall down. But it is still shaken up. It is still stumbling, and it shakes its head and tries to kind of clear itself, and then its eyes flick up, and you can see it focus in on you, and what starts as a snarl turns into this almighty roar as it sniffs in your direction and bares its teeth. And everyone roll initiative!
I'm so excited for this.
Is it possible for it to not bare its teeth?
No, it absolutely bares its teeth.
Has to bare its teeth.
Crit on it.
All right. It's a good thing we cleared out the closet because we have the right to bear arms, but we don't want to arm this bear.
Guys, I can't bear all these puns. Please stop.
Alright, I need to roll initiative as well.
Don't worry, my name's Barry.
I
I'm
know.
afraid
All I got.
we didn't write bear puns out of the contract before we went in. We didn't
No,
have
you
that
didn't.
clause.
Dad, Barry, that initiative though.
Right?
I'm very impressed. Ooh, what's your dex? Oh no, that wasn't that, was it? Okay, no, yours is 11. Cool. Binnis, 22. Wow, you did good.
I critted on my initiative, which is a waste of a perfectly good crit.
It is unfortunately a complete waste.
Same.
Okay.
I like low initiatives, not high.
Alright, first up, Barry. This enormous beast is kind of stumbling, kind of starting to break into a run in your direction.
No! You can't run fast! And you're ugly! And I cast Vicious Mockery.
Okay.
I don't know what else to do.
I mean, it worked last time.
Right? Yeah.
Oh, this time, however, it is not to be hurt by your insults. The bear has found peace with itself and shrugs it off.
If I'm not already, I am going to be in between. I'm going to take up my position next to the table, and then I'm just going to whisper into, oh, this is kind of creepy, but I'm going to whisper into Bennis's ear, like, you got this, you're great. And for inspiration.
And that's great because Binnis, you're up next.
well, sword, shield. I would like to rush towards the bear and start beating it to a bloody pulp.
Beautiful. You charge towards the bear. Could you please roll to hit?
Let's see if I can.
Can I just say Barry's terrified and like really like
Yeah, you're going towards the bear. What's going on?
Yeah, I'm like white knuckling the table as I'm holding on.
I lost my roll. There it is. Ooh, that is
9.
awful.
Unless you would like to use a reroll. Unfortunately, as you swing in with your long sword, the immense paw comes up and just glides your strike away, and it's almost like a clash of sparks as it parries off of the huge long claws, which are about, each claw is probably the same length as one of those silver hammers.
That is very cool, but at least I am in front of the less sturdy people.
Oops.
You are.
And if I look, I have a spell that I can cast as a bonus action,
Okay.
which I think now is a really good time to cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Yeah, it would be a good time.
So I'm just gonna cast Shield of Faith on myself and bump up my AC a little more.
Okay, what does that bump your AC up to?
20.
20! Whoa, now that's
You hit me
impressive.
twice with a 20 already, okay? This is not gonna save my ass, but I'm gonna try.
We'll see, won't we? And it's about a good time to find out, because as you cast this, there is this moment almost as your heart sinks, as the bear stands up on its hind legs and stands up to its full height, which is insane. This is about twice as tall as a grizzly bear could normally stand, which must be something ridiculous, like 20 feet. I'm trying to picture it in my head, but I'm a Brit, so we don't really have bears here. Either way, it then slams down with all of its weight and attempts to smash you with one of its claws. But it's a 17. So it blasts off of your shield, and in rage, it surges forwards and it's gonna try with its other claw. And this one is deflected by your Shield of Faith as well, and it is furious. But that is the end of its turn. It is now Vin's turn.
All right, I see what's going on here and decide to do some mockery of my own here. So I move to the side so it can hear me properly while it's making these shots in. You're a foul one, Mr. Bear. You've got termites in your smile. You've got all the tender sweetness of a seasick crocodile, Mr. Bear. Given a choice between the two of you, I'd take the seasick crocodile. And I cast vicious mockery.
That's very vicious of you. Okay, it's gonna make a wisdom save. It rolled a 12.
And my save is a 13.
Fantastic, roll some damage.
Oh, let's get the right spot here. 3 psychic damage.
3 psychic damage. There is a moment as it kind of reels, shakes its head, goes, "Rrrr," and tries to shake out this biting sensation as you throw down the sick burn. And Bart, it is now your turn.
Bartleby, yes.
Bartleby, so sorry.
No, that's fine. Do I just start hucking daggers? Or do I go for something a little more, a little more delicate? I will in fact cast True Strike
Ooh.
on Binnis.
Okay, if you could just remind us all what that does.
You extend your hand and I point my finger at Binnis and say, much like everyone else does it. No, I'm just gonna finger gun actually. I'm just gonna not gonna say anything, just gonna finger gun. And this gives you a brief insight into the target's defenses. Oh no, hang on a minute. It's a stealth thing, I think.
Ah, yeah.
I finger gun the bear, like, gonna take you out. And I get an insight into the target's defenses, and on my next turn, I gain advantage on my attack.
Yes, you do indeed. All right. And we are back up the top with Barry.
Oh, cool. I'm very confident. I'm very confident.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I got there eventually. I'm just gonna be like, you can't scare me. You have no self-worth. Ouch.
This poor bear, guys.
We will mock you to death.
That's a 9.
Yes!
These vicious mockeries are really getting through as it's now shaking and takes a moment to stagger back. Roll. Is that a 1?
1
I swear, if the next hour is you just taking this bear down with vicious mockery,
I shall mock him to death.
I will throw in another
Barry and
bear.
I are like Pac-Man, only we're maka, 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 maka.
Venice, it is your turn. Oh god. Venice, sorry.
Well, I see no reason to change my plan because I missed horrendously once. Surely, this next attack will be fine. It'll be strike true or something. Okay, now I am using those d6s.
All right, on a 14.
Yeah, sorry.
That's fine. It was fine both times. On a 14, you are gonna make contact with this bear with your silver longsword as you cleave into it. Roll damage.
Excellent. I also think this would be a great time to start smiting again. Yeah, no, I think smite is a really good idea right now.
Mhm.
I feel very secure in the
Smite.
knowledge that this thing needs to
Smite.
die really, really
Smite
fast.
this foul beast, Chief.
24 damage?
Is that the total
That's
damage?
the total. I rolled it all together now.
Oh my god! All right,
I find out I can do that.
You make an almighty sweep against this bear, and once again there is this burst of beautiful radiant light. And once again this
Sorry about that, I misclicked on something.
you misfired. It's okay. There is this burst of beautiful radiant light, and the cry the bear makes. It's starting to sound a little bit more. It's not just enraged now. It is enraged, but there is also a flicker of fear in there as it takes a monumental 24 damage.
I don't know if it matters, but 9 of those are radiant damage if it's unhappy.
That's cool. It is
unhappy
not
about
undead,
this.
so the radiance does not, unfortunately, deal extra damage.
That's alright, as long as it's not resistant.
Alright, and it is now the bear's turn. And, see, Barry is right up on your back. He's got the silver shield,
Yes.
which I'm going to say, whilst you're behind the silver shield, that's going to give you a plus 2 to your AC, Barry. And also remind me, your Shield of Faith just lasts for 1 turn or for 2?
No, it's like 10 minutes.
Oh, jeez, that's amazing. Okay, so...
But it's a concentration, so I can't cast other spells.
Right,
But
okay.
Smite isn't a spell.
Okay, so once again, the bear rears up, and it's going to just smash down and try and close these enormous jaws around you. And I wish there was a luck check in D&D. I really do. I am, however, because I want to make this interesting, Binnis, I want you to roll, just essentially flip a coin. So roll a D2, I guess. On odds, the damage is going to go to you. On even, this hit will go to Barry.
Okay,
Actually getting you both in these jaws.
roll 20 doesn't have a d2, so I'm just going to go with a d4, and then
That's
it's
fine.
still even on odds.
Yeah.
Odds.
Odds. So it's just going to go and hit you with this bite attack. 17.
Nope.
That's not going to hit. So infuriated, it's let's see. Now, surprisingly, it's actually got quite a good wisdom score. So, absolutely disgusted with this. It is essentially going to barrel past you, and it is going to charge towards... let's see. You've both been hurting it with these vicious mockeries. It's not nice. It's going to go for Vin with a claw attack.
Yeah.
Oh boy, okay, it just piles into you, and I assume a 22 is going to hit.
You got me by that much.
Whew, alright. You're going to take 14 slashing damage. And these enormous claws just rake through your body.
Okay, that hurt just a little. Now I'm up.
Yes, you are. It is your turn.
Okay. I see this bear. Even as I see this bear charging at me, I put my lute away, and I pull out my little tin whistle flute and start playing it. And as I hit the last note, I fire 7 magic missiles.
Oh my god.
From it. I'm sending all 7 charges at once. I'm not taking any chances here.
That's a lot.
So I click on this 7 times, right?
Yes,
I
indeed.
think so.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
All right.
5, 7, 9, 13, 18, 20, 24.
24 points of damage. This bear is just instantly peppered with these 7 points of light. And they
Pew, 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 pew.
and they're getting through the tough hide, as you can now see, like, blood is starting to drip down from these now what look like bullet holes. Vin, it is now your turn.
Let's see. I don't have anything else I'm going to do, so I'm. See, vicious. It's yeah, nothing else to do at this point. So I'm done.
Okay. So, Bartleby.
I will take my new silver rapier. I will stride casually up to the bear and start laying about at it.
Alright, annoy the bear for me.
Yes. I have advantage from my
You do.
true strike, so a 17.
17 is absolutely gonna hit. Roll damage for that beautiful silver rapier.
Fantastic. So that I didn't know how to add silvering, so there's just the 10 plus my 2
Basically,
from dueling.
it just means it does normal damage rather than doing no damage.
I'm going to use my last bardic inspiration to add to do another defensive flourish, which adds another 5 damage, and my AC goes up dramatically. The other thing the flourish does, which I haven't really used very much, is it adds another 10 feet of movement. I'm not going to disengage, but I am going to step away from the bear afterwards.
Okay, so this is a total of like 17 damage, I think?
17 damage, yeah, and it can take an opportunity attack as I step away.
I think it's going to do that. As you do, it's going to try and snap forwards with those jaws. 20.
Oof. Oof. A 20 still hits me, even with my now 17 armor class. Damn it.
Oh dear. Well, in that case, it's going to roll some damage. And I would like you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Can I yell, the lady said don't get bitten?
I get bitten.
You are very bit. You feel these enormous teeth sink through your lovely, gorgeous, but rather unprotected clothing. And there is this weird sensation that passes over you. As if something in your body just shifts. And then there is this blinding feeling of rage and power, and it kind of feels good, and as soon as you kind of embrace it, it's gone. But
Okay.
now you're hurting a lot because there are teeth just stuck into you, and as they draw back,
My tiefling reaction is to slap its head and cast Hellish Rebuke.
do it.
Do it.
At level 2, because that's what tieflings do.
Okay.
That's awful. That's only 11 damage, but I'm gonna add my d6 to it.
Okay, and it has to make a dex save? Is that how Hellish Rebuke works?
Point your finger, dexterity saving throw, yes.
Okay. 17. So it's gonna take half damage, am I right?
Half damage, yes. I'll add my d6 to it as well, though, anyway, despite it blocking the cursed creature.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
So that'd actually be 17 halved 8 damage.
8 damage. Okay, you inflict another 8 damage, even as you feel this rush of power and rage start to subside in your body. Okay, this is going really well, guys. Barry, it's back to you. You can see the bear basically almost shaking Bartleby around like a doll.
No. Wait, are we within? No, I'm gonna keep doing what I've been doing. You're horrible at shaking. My dog can do better than that. Also, you're very ugly and creepy.
Okay, there is a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
Rolls a 13.
Oh, that's my DC.
So I think if it meets, it beats, right?
Yeah, I think so.
It's far too focused on shaking poor Bartleby.
Oh, wait.
Unfortunately.
No, okay. No, never mind. Yes, okay.
Anything
I shall
else?
take it. Nope, I'm good.
Okay, Binnis, over to you.
I cannot believe it walked away from me. It is incredibly rude. So
It's
I will be
pretty rude.
walking after the werebear, and I will once again be hitting it. Now, are we using flanking rules?
You would be flanking it, so yeah, I'll give you advantage on that.
Excellent. I would like to flank the evil bear. Oh, sorry, 19.
19, that will still absolutely 100% hit.
Yeah.
Roll damage for me.
And I will be using my last spell slot because I want to keep Shield of Faith up anyway. To smite this again.
Oh, brilliant.
And I will also use my extra d6
Amazing.
for 18 damage.
18 points of damage. Alright, you cleave a wonderful gouge through the flank of this bear, and there is now blood running out of this creature in rivulets. It's looking significantly weakened. All these silver weapons just hacking away at it have substantially damaged it. As it's still on its feet, it has let go of Bartleby, and it's starting to look a little fearful, a little cornered, a little desperate, as your blade cleaves this almighty hit into this bear. And it is going to turn and let's see. It's kind of surrounded by people at the moment, so I think it's going to spit out Bartleby and just go for the next nearest one.
I'm sorry, I was visual.
It's done. And it's going to make a claw attack at Vin. 18.
Would you believe you got me by that much?
Oh no. Okay, so these claws rake through you for a total of 10 slashing damage.
Ooh, that hurt just a little.
And it's then going to spin round and just trying to like desperately fight all corners right now. And it's going to try and close its teeth over Binnis again after this almighty slash. 20.
I will use one of my luck points to make it roll again.
Right.
Because I remembered 5 minutes ago I took the
18.
line. And that's a miss.
Well, I'm going to use my d6 now.
Of course you are.
Come on. 22.
Oh, that is enough to hit me, yes.
That is enough to hit
your
you.
d6.
As these fangs...
Can I use my D6?
Can I give her my d6?
You,
I was just gonna say, can I use my D6 to minus?
Oh,
two?
has she
can
got?
we
Go
use
ahead.
d6s to minus?
I just asked Scrat.
He ignored her.
No, he didn't. He said yeah.
Where?
It
Thumbs
said yes,
up.
indeed.
Oh, cool.
But if you don't, you're the DM. If you don't want to, that's fine. That's fine.
I'll let you because you're going to have to roll a 5 or a 6. And you know, it's fair.
Why does she need to roll 5 or 6?
Oh, sorry, not 5 or 6. 3. Okay, so that's taken it down to 19, so this is going to just miss now.
It is.
I've used all my stuff.
Thank you, Barry.
Gotta use them.
So it's Barry suddenly elbows you in the shoulder and makes you duck just at the right moment so that you don't quite snap shut on top of you. I mean, to be fair, they would have snapped shut around Barry as well, so it's probably also in their own interest. Vin, it is now your turn.
All right. First thing I'm do with my bonus action, I'm gonna do my last inspiration for Binnis.
Ooh, thank you.
Because I'm gonna get my loot out anyway. Cause ain't gonna need the life no longer, ain't gonna need the life no more. Won't have time to get her claws up, won't have time to snap its jaws, won't have time to get its arms out or run away in pain. Ain't gonna need its life no longer, you're gonna send it to meet the saints. Inspiration to her, and then I whip out my crossbow with this loaded silver bolt, and I'm gonna fire
Go for it.
at this accursed creature. And even if I had my D6, that's not gonna do me any good. So
The bolt dings off of one of like the thick scabbed over and hardened parts of its hide. Bartleby.
but at least I got my inspiration out.
You did. Bartleby, you've been spat out by this bear. You are I'm not gonna say you're prone because that isn't an effect of the bite. But you're probably staggering a bit. You've got over this weird feeling, and you're back in the space.
How is the bear looking now?
The bear is looking pretty weakened.
Pretty weakened, okay. I will flick a dagger at the bear, but it's more like... I'm thinking about what's happening. I'm more looking at my arms. I'm sort of like looking at my arm and flicking a dagger at the same time, you know?
As you look at your arm, it's almost as if the flesh is starting to you can almost see it starting to close over. You're not really regaining hit points, but the bleeding is stopping quicker than you'd expect.
Oh, well, that's all for the good.
Yeah, it's always a good thing. Flick that dagger.
Yeah, I'll flick the dagger. Yeah, 18.
18, that's gonna hit. Roll some dagger damage.
Dagger damage. This is one of the silver ones.
Yep.
I don't get dueling specialist. It's not a melee, so that's just 5 piercing damage.
Okay, 5 piercing damage. The dagger lodges nicely into the hide of the bird. And we're back to Barry. You just possibly saved the life of your dragon-born buddy.
You know, I'm feeling real good about myself. I would like to be like, yeah, that's right. You can't hit her. You're very ugly.
So much body shaming, this poor bear.
I know, and it's getting through. The bear is...
Oh, nice shot.
You just gotta keep repeating, and eventually it'll get through the thick skull. A whole 3.
Beautiful.
Massive 3.
Massive 3.
A strong 3.
The bear is staggering slightly. It just tried to bite you in half, but your friend helped you get out of the way. What do?
I'm gonna keep true to form.
Keep true to form.
Punch it in the face with a long sword.
Yeah. 17, that hits.
Excellent. Sadly, I am out of smites. It's always a terrible, terrible moment when it happens, but I still have a D6 inspiration. Does that go on damage as well?
That's for the check. I don't think it's damage, sadly.
Well, in that case, I will have to roll less good. I'll still do 9 damage.
9 points of damage. Alright, this is another hefty swipe, and again, the silvered weapon just seems to carve through the flesh with ease. This bear looks like it's possibly on its last legs as it sways and roars all of you down, surrounded on all sides. Honestly, looking at this point, like it's afraid, but it's going to fight until the end.
I just really hope Barry gets insulted to death. That would be amazing.
Its eyes are still pretty focused on you, and it's gunning for it. It's going to snap forwards again with a bite.
Little old me.
You just keep doing all the big damage to it. It's pissed off. But a 12 is not going to be good enough.
No.
Not at all. So infuriated, it's going to go for claws as well. It's just raking at you. And another 12. It just can't. It's exhausted as it staggers and swipes at you. You sidestep it with relative ease. And whilst this is going on, Vin.
All right, load the crossbow. Let's see if we can finish this foul beast off. Ugh.
5. Apparently not by crossbow.
I can't hit worth crap. I may have to change weapons here.
Again, it dings off of a hardened part of its hide, Bartleby, unless you have a bonus action you would like to do.
I don't think I've got any. Let's see. Who's all been hit besides myself for damage?
Mostly Bartleby, actually. I think that's the only you two.
It seems to be mostly me.
Do you need a healing word sent your way, or are you still good?
One might say that I am looking a bit rough around the edges. If we were playing 4E, you might say I'm looking bloodied.
Okay. All right. After seeing the bite he got, I'm gonna cast Healing Word onto Bartleby then. Or mate, is that a bonus action? Yeah, it's a bonus action. Okay. And we'll do this level 3. 11 points.
Oh, I thank you.
11
I feel
points. Beautiful.
much better. Thank you.
Bartleby.
Thank you, Vin.
It is now your turn.
Oh yes, I'll draw my rapier and I'm gonna run in. The dagger doesn't do nearly enough damage, I've decided.
Go for it. 17, that's gonna be a hit. Roll damage.
Alright.
That'll be another 8 damage, and I am out of Bardic Inspiration, so that will be all I do.
Right, as you swipe forward with this rapier, you cleave again through the flesh and through the fur. There's just this matted mess of blood and fur and spittle at the moment, as this creature is practically foaming at the mouth as it spins desperately, and this bear looks like another hit and it could drop. Barry.
Stage is set, Barry.
Go on, look it to death.
I'm gonna be like, you got something on your face, you might want to wipe it off, makes you look extra ugly.
12.
But the DC is 13!
Roll damage!
One strong psychic point.
Well, you might not have used your luck ability. However, with one last shake of its enormous blood and phlegm-streaked head, the bear wavers before the legs fall out from underneath it, and it smacks into the flagstone floor.
Yes! Woohoo! Death by mockery.
That was possibly...
Mockery.
That was probably the worst insult I've ever heard, but it worked.
Same for the bear.
And the bear is down. We are out of initiative.
I'm gonna try and high five Barry, but it's a little difficult, but I'm trying.
Barry's gonna, well, I mean, I feel like I should definitely be able to hit your hand with my hand.
Probably, yeah.
The worst high five ever.
As those two are doing this, could please Vin and Bartleby roll perception checks for me, please?
Ooh.
Bartleby, as a relative sense of peace descends over the very bloodied parlor room, you notice a little bit of movement behind the party, and it's almost as if this wisp of fog materializes, and vaguely you can just about see what seems to be the form of a very tall, very slender and elegant woman. But she's not really looking at any of you. She's looking at the body of the bear. And indeed, as this is happening, you see another wisp of almost misty light. And at this point, the rest of you will probably notice this, as a figure seems to step out of the corpse of this bear. And it indeed looks like a woman with dark chestnut kind of, well, you can't really see colors, but it's like a darker tone than her skin, curly hair. And she starts off by looking almost as a passing glance at Bartleby, and perhaps with a bit of a frown, but she then turns to look at the other woman who kind of stands by the hearth, which is not lit, of course. And there is a moment where it almost looks like the two of them reach out and touch hands before they both just kind of dissipate.
We fixed the bear queen thing, and they're reunited. This is a good deed. This is great.
Yes, this is all wonderful, wonderful.
Yes, we did a good thing, and now you can loot some more, even though you can't carry anything extra. But
Wonderful songs can be
you can
written
look at the
about.
pretty things.
Yes, if anyone would like to make any investigation or perception rolls on the room, you can do.
Sure, I'll roll
would
another
love to.
4.
Oh, now I get a decent.
5!
I think actually, friends, I will head upstairs. I'm going to go and see if there's any looting to do up there. We've not really investigated up there very much.
Can I use my luck on investigation?
Did you roll really
A 5
ouch?
after a 4 and a 3. I cannot investigate to save my life. I'm going to try again with luck.
Okay.
And I am never investigating anything ever again. This is
Well, that's all right because so Vin, you were inspecting the room and you it wasn't a great roll. So you come upon almost by accident as you almost trip over it. It seems that where the rug has been strewn aside, there is a flagstone that seems to be jutting out a little bit in the stone floor. Meanwhile, Bartleby, you're looking for some form of stairs, and there are indeed a thinner spiral staircase at the other side of this room, which you can kind of head up those, and you'll find a very beautiful ornate door that seems to lead into a kind of a master bedroom.
Bartleby heard the diary being read out, and he sees what's happened to his arm. As soon as he gets out that door, he's running. Until he gets to this master bedroom, and then he's gonna get in there and try and like lock it, and just be like think.
I'll try to see if if this flagstone moves at all.
Roll I guess roll an athletics check.
Ah, good. I got proficiency there. Normally. All right, why not? I'm gonna add my d6 to that.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh boy, all the way up to a 7.
Okay.
Now it won't look quite so foolish.
You can't quite lift it up, but the others will all notice what you're doing and can come over and help.
Yeah, I call everyone over, especially our massively strong paladin, to come help me out with this.
Meanwhile, Bartleby, could you roll a nature check for me?
Going for the old intellect again, are we?
Yes. All right. Well, an 11 isn't great. You don't know much about lycanthropy, but you do know that it's not a full moon tonight, and you're not, and you feel like you vaguely know that at least certain forms of lycanthropes have some kind of control over their transformations. So you feel a little bit of solace in that, and you can do with that as you wish. Back to the others. Are you going to try and help open the flagstone?
Apparently my strength is required, but apparently Barry wants to try as well, so I'll shove Barry forward first.
Wait, no, I was gonna say I'm going to, but just holding onto the table. Maybe taking some weight off of you.
That is probably a good idea. What was I using? Athletics?
Yes.
Athletics.
Ooh, I failed just as bad as Vin did. I think it's Barry throwing me off balance a little bit.
Yeah, in fact, you kind of lose your grip and it slams shut, and narrowly avoiding trapping your fingers.
All right.
Can
we do this again with me helping her to give her advantage?
Should we try to get it together?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can just have a roll with advantage to see if you can get the teamwork.
Okay, I've got a +2. What do you have for athletics?
+5.
Okay, I'll assist you.
All right.
I think I should be the one. I have a +1, so
I have a 23.
Okay, yeah. This time you 1, 2, 3 heave, and you manage to lift it up. And you can see a short set of stairs descending, and as you look, is that maybe a glint of golden light, maybe?
Ooh, can we pick up one of the daggers Bartleby was throwing and have Vin cast light on it and then just chuck it down?
I'll cast light on the dagger.
Okay,
It's the flashlight.
there is a clattering as the dagger falls down, and there is then a kind of a ching as it finds its resting place, and it seems to be resting indeed upon what looks to be a pile of gold coins.
Wonderful. I wasn't here for the loot, but when it presents itself after slaying evil, it is clearly divinely meant for me. So I will.
I think you may have earned it.
Yeah, I'm filling my bag.
All right,
I'll go down as well.
There is a fortune's worth of gold coins down here, as well as jewelry, necklaces. There is even kind of gold-plated silverware. There is the whole shebang. Probably a Horcrux as well. I don't know.
I'm munching on a handful of coins while I'm looking for like fancy filigree stuff.
You'll definitely find a lot of fancy goodness down here.
Where's Bartleby at? He was the one so anxious to find loot.
He already has so much. He can't even carry anymore. He probably...
That's true.
Where?
And I start filling up my bag as much as I can.
You ask a good question. I do not know where he is.
Bartleby, how are you handling your suspicions?
Bartleby is gonna take one of his non-silvered blades and test it out by cutting his hand.
Whilst it does pierce the flesh, it seems to knit together almost instantaneously.
Okay. Well, I mean...
You have a feeling as long as you don't get too emotionally charged, you feel like you can keep a handle on it. It's almost like this kind of gentle, almost like a kindling kind of sensation in your gut. And you just feel like if you keep calm and really hold it together, don't get too excited, you'll be fine. And you can learn to get a handle on this.
The part of me that's not Binnis just wants to go piss off Bartleby right now.
Bartleby's going to write a letter to his friends, saying that he's been bitten by the bear and that he's going to take steps to make sure that he doesn't hurt anyone by locking himself away somewhere. He's going to leave this letter on the bed and try and make his way out of a window or something and sneak away
There
into the night.
is indeed a window, and this room has got plenty of tapestries and blankets. And if you took a moment to check in the wardrobe, there are some beautiful fine robes in there.
Somewhere in this note there is a little thing that says, I understand if you want to kill me, but please don't.
And yeah, I can say that you can either with rope you might already carry with you, or you will craft a blanket rope. You will be able to carefully sneak and let yourself down from this tower bedroom and disappear off into the night. As for the rest of you, if you do search for Bartleby, you do indeed find this hastily written note, but I get the impression you have quite good handwriting for some reason.
I do. I'm very fine. I'm very, very fine.
This lovely handwriting you find in the master bedroom, telling you where your compatriot has disappeared off to you, and it is up to you guys to do as you will with that information, but you are all essentially Faerunian millionaires now. And the steps you take from here are your own. But you have cleared and solved the mystery of the Briarmore Fortress and made your getaway with its riches and slain the beast that stalked the halls.
Thank you very much. That was a very successful mission, my fellow party members.
You did great.
I know.
Yes.
It was
Fantastic.
fun.
We make quite the team there, Chief.
Yeah, I'm far more impressed with Barry than I ever thought I would be.
I'm pretty impressive.
I do totally want to follow up session where Binnis goes to kill Bartleby, though, because I don't like cursed things.
I can
That
totally
is
see
where
that.
the story goes, I guess.
And Barry obviously follows along because he now has his Dragonborn
Yeah,
friend that
we're
carries
besties
him.
now. Yeah,
We are.
Fact.
And I will
Vin-
come along because there'll be great songs to write from these adventures.
And this is really good loot where these guys go.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes, exactly.
I need Vin to sing to me. I mean, man, he sings the most amazing things about me, and they're all true.
Yes.
But of course.
Also,
Well.
thank you, DM. That was great fun.
Yeah, here we are at
That
the end.
was a good one.
I'm so happy
Very
I
well
got
laid
one
out.
of you with lycanthropy. That was like my goal from the start.
Of course
And
it
it's even
was.
sweeter that it's scrap.
Yeah.
I
Of
wonder
course.
what it would look like if you have a dragonborn werebear and they
I
go
was
hybrid
intrigued by that. I mean, I quite like the idea of a tiefling werebear as it is.
a werebear with hooves.
I think it has horns at the very least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I imagine. Do you guys know Ifrit, the like Final Fantasy-esque fire demon thing?
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's what I'm seeing right now with the big
Nice.
horns and the bear. Anyway, yeah.
Here
Here we are at the end. Thank you so much, everyone. This has been a fantastic game. Rachel, this was a great job. You're
This was
on
great.
time. You did a wonderful story. This is a fantastic job. Thank you.
Well done.
You're welcome. I'm so happy you guys had a good time.
It was fantastic.
Oh, very much enjoyed it.
Let's go round. Let's talk about our favourite part, where we can find each other online, and all the wonderful things that we do. Let's start with Tallinier. You're the DM today. Let's do it. Let's start
I
with you.
am. Wow. Yes, I am Tallinier. That's at Tallinier on Twitter. That's me. I am also known as Rachel to some. I've had an amazing time this evening. It was so much fun. You guys were all wonderful. I'm so happy that I gave Scrat lycanthropy. And just everything else was brilliant. Like you kind of sussed out what I was going for with the bridge scene before I even did it. So that was really
That
good.
was good.
And yeah, you guys just bounced off each other great, so that was wonderful. So yes, I am mostly on Twitter. I'm also on Tumblr, but most of my stuff's on Twitter. I do a lot of D&D and other tabletop RPG artwork. My commissions are closed at the moment, but they'll probably be reopening next month. And they super help me out, so that's wonderful. As for where else I play, on Mondays I play with Blood on the Thames, which is a Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition stream, where I play Katya the Tallinier, which basically means I'm a wizard. It's a vampire wizard, and it is great. That's Mondays at 7 p.m. UK time. And then on Tuesdays I play Grains of Truth, which is a Witcher tabletop role-playing game on Susanna Grace's channel. That's every other Tuesday, although the alternate Tuesdays I might soon be doing the Secret Project, which I'm working on with some cool people right now. And other than that, I am regularly playing Ryutama on Friday evenings here with Scrat and Sam, and it's hilarious. We had like a buddy cop
Great show.
game yesterday, and it was wild, and it was really good fun. So yeah, just thanks so much for having me, and thanks for letting me kind of wait. I've forgotten how the saying goes. Wet my teeth, skin my teeth. No, that's not.
Whet
Cut
your
your teeth.
appetite.
Cut your teeth.
Cut
Cut your
my teeth. Streaming as a DM. So yeah, that was awesome. So thanks, guys.
You're so very welcome. Well, let's go around next to Kentucky Hawkeye.
Oh, this was a blast. Great story, nicely laid out. I debating whether my favorite part was putting the spiders to sleep or just the overall battle of us all mocking this bear to death, getting in on some of that. But I gotta be a little egotistic and say I had fun with my inspirations and stuff like that. I thought added in that ever since on Critical Role seeing the Scanlan character in the campaign 1 doing his songs or stuff like that, it inspired me to do this as well. So it's made it a lot more fun than I thought a bard could even be in and all that. My usual hangout during the day, I'm a cancer cleric, i.e. I help treat cancer patients at the VA system here in the U.S. During the night, I do some streaming. Tuesday nights, I do a Lego game stream. Currently, we're doing the Lego DC Supervillains, which is actually showing out to be quite fun. Wednesdays, I have my weekly Skyrim serial, where we're almost at the end of the adventures of Eric Rosine. And on Thursdays, I've started my WW2K19 universe called Critical Holds, where I've taken 69 different characters from Campaign 1, Campaign 2 of Critical Role and converted them into wrestlers, and I have them split into two different federations doing shows on that. Otherwise, this weekend, I've been participating in CageCon Cancer Awareness Gaming event. I did a Critical Holds pay-per-view for that last night, and tomorrow morning I will be doing a Skyrim role play for there as well. So if you are around, come join us as we try to raise money for cancer research and for support for cancer patients as well. So, and otherwise, I'm just the regular old RPG fanboy, and I try to get in on as many one-shots and looking for different campaigns to get into, and I might be getting into one here fairly soon. So that's where you can find me. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch at the same screen name I use here, Kentucky Hawkeye. If you want to see what my wrestlers look like, they're all posted on my Instagram account. I flunked drawing stick people in kindergarten, so this is the closest thing to fan art that I get to.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Next around we have Aniksta, who is not from Scandinavia. They are from the Netherlands. Oh, hi.
Hi. Yeah, no, shockingly, the Netherlands not a Scandinavian country. Mainly on Twitter as @Anikster. Usually goes by Aniek, even though all the Americans insist on calling me Annie. Not red-haired, not an orphan. This is my second stream ever. I don't usually stream. I do play a lot of role-playing games in my spare times in a number of different systems and settings. I recently started to paint, including obviously fan art, because how could you not, but mainly for podcasts that I also listen to religiously. And for tonight, my favorite parts, well, God, hard to choose. Barry's amazing. This is my second stream as business, and also the second stream I got to carry someone around. So that's working out really well for me. But also someone wrote songs for me during battle, and that's just amazing. And I really need to travel with more bards. But yeah, in general, just fun story, fun players.
Fantastic, thank you. And so, lastly, but most certainly not leastly, we come to Smallish Sam.
Oh, hi. You can find me at Smallish Sam on Twitter, Instagram, and sometimes Twitch, if I ever have time. My favorite part of the game, I mean, aside from being able to, like, terribly insult people, which I feel very egotistical for saying that was my favorite part of the game, it was also the friendship that I formed, that Barry and Finis formed, and I'm so happy. I was not expecting this. I was not planning on being carried, but I have continued my streak of being carried. I was very happy. Yeah, so you can find me. Oh yeah, so you can find me on things. I play Ryutama with Rachel and Scrat on Fridays on here. Where I also get carried quite often. I will also be part of the Encounter Roleplay, their charity stream tomorrow at 11 a.m. and 11 p.m. First one I'll be playing Call of Cthulhu, second one I'll be playing Honey Heist. And yeah, I think that's everything.
Awesome, thank you so much. Well, everyone, we are going to go over to an offline screen for just a bit. There'll be a timer. I'm going to put 20 minutes on the clock to get the next group in. During that time, please take a break, take a bio, go and get yourself a cup of tea, something to eat, and we will be back, like I say, in around 20 minutes. Here is a whole bunch of information for you all to go and check out. Please, that's where you can find us socially, that's where you can go and support us, and it's got all of our sponsor information. Thank you very, very much to Bird and the Storm Publishing and Mage Hand Press, who sponsor the channel and make everything possible, and I'm sorry to both of them for apparently forgetting their names today. That's the second time I've done it, and this is the second time I've messed it up. So, we will see you in just a short while. Thank you very, very much, everyone, as I figure out how to transition and turn off sound with the new setup.
All right, shall I inspire us out? Good night, chat room, 'cause it's time to go.
Welcome to the academy. Please take your seats.